Hello everyone, welcome to Dawn of the Others, episode 4. As you can see, we are missing one of our peeps. They're getting their mouth fixed. I hate doing dentistry stuff. Like, it is the worst. So, Kira will not be joining us today, as you can see. But we have the rest of the cast, and I've already discussed with her how we're going to handle her absence, so we'll talk about that in a bit. But if you are new, we are playing Apocalypse World 2nd Edition. Note that we have changed some of the rules in order to accommodate for how we want to play, and so it may not be exactly how you play it back home. Also, this is a sexy game, so there are sex moves, and it's an apocalypse setting, so there might be topics that come up that you might feel uncomfortable about, and if you do, you can step away at any time. So, without further ado, we'll go through our announcements. First and foremost, we have our supporter, which is Mia Zilla. Thank you, Mia. I saw that Mia immediately was like, I want episode 4 of Apocalypse or Dawn of the Others, and I was like, yay! Mia also has done fan art for this before the show even came out. I think it was like hours before we even started. They already had posted something, so you could definitely see that over on our social media, or if you want to go check out their social media, I'm sure you can find it there. Mia has done a lot of fan art for Roll For It, so we appreciate it. I'm trying to get EE to update the fan art video because there's so many pretty Dawn of the Others fan art pieces, gorgeous fan art. Beyond that, NPC name submissions are coming this week. I need more names. Send them my way. Pretty much every character that's an NPC in this game has been named by our patrons. So I hope you all enjoy seeing your lovely names come into fruition. And I hope I don't butcher them too much. Beyond that, we have... Oh, and keeping in mind that when you're making those names, that we also have another show that's coming up, which is Ascension. I wonder if I still have the announce here. I do. Which premieres... Oh, it's a little crooked on the screen. Sorry, my OCD. It will dawn on Thursday, starting June 4th, 10 a.m. PDT, 6 p.m. BST. You can watch it live right here on twitch.tv. We're keeping the same schedule, just an extra day. And this is a third show that will be running on Roll For It. And it's a long-term Dungeons & Dragons game. We don't want to give away too much, but we have Bentham, me, and B. Dave Walters, and of course Enter Elysium, who will be our dungeon master. And yeah, we're very excited about that. That's going to be at least 50 episodes. It's something that we have been saving up and planning for as a reward for all of our wonderful patrons. So thank you so much for supporting us, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you. So with that, I'm going to send it over to Bentham to talk a little bit about how you can support us in other ways, and then we'll get things rolling.
So you can support the show. Well, the main way that you can support the show, there are a couple of different ways, but the main way that that allows us to do all this cool stuff, make loads of cool shows, pay our cast as you should, and get awesome art and all that kind of thing, is via Patreon. There's a whole bunch of different tiers that have a whole bunch of different rewards you can get depending on what you want and what you can do. Of course, always look after yourself first before supporting shows like ours, because you need to be able to feed yourself before you worry about anyone else feeding themselves. But yes, you can get MP3s of all of our shows. You can get after shows that we record after every show. We talk about the events that take place during it, and also go through all of the end of session, start of next session things to work out that. So we always choose our highlighted moves to see what we're going to be trying to the ways we're going to try and solve problems in the coming episode. And we also work out how we're going to pay to eat and whether or not we can. I've been having some issue with that. But Rex is struggling.
Just a little bit.
He doesn't plan long term. He doesn't think about the need for food in the future.
But I love it because it's gonna.
Now, Rex.
I gave them a nice nest egg, and then it's slowly crumbling, and we'll get to the scary parts. It'll be great. What do you do when you're starving, right?
Yes. Also, you can see the character sheets. All the character sheets for this show are now up on the Patreon, and all the character sheets of previous shows. We like to put them up at the beginning and end of a series, so you can see how things have changed over time, and potentially chuck them into your own games as well. Also, we can get stats for enemies and monsters that we might encounter, and various other behind-the-scenes GM secrets. And most recently, we've had a GM poll, which has now ended, and apparently, one of the options won by a single vote.
Yeah, there were like basically 3 in a row that were like 1 vote each, and like the final one won. And you're right, Pentham, the weird one won, but by 1 vote. And it was tied for a little bit, so I was like, oh, I guess if it ties, then both things will happen.
Uh-oh.
You're like a little bit
I was
right.
a little bit excited, and I was a little bit sad that there was an extra vote in there. I was like, damn. I was gonna, and there was actually a 3rd one that was like creeping up, and I was like, oh man, if all 3 of these tie.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
the
I
plans
think if
happen.
the 3rd one would have tied, oof, I would have been worried, but the one that me and EE wanted to happen did not get as many votes as we thought would.
No.
Yeah, it's okay though.
It's always that way.
I was like, how evil is our audience? I don't know. We'll see. Apparently
They're
not
like
that
a
evil.
little bit, you know.
Because the weird one, I think, to me is not evil. Where I think there are options that are like, that could have, I think you all would have been like, what? Why would they choose that?
Oh no.
Some people told me that the options were all too good. They were like, I can't choose one. I was like, well, you have to.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
worst thing you can hear as a DM, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the options are all so good. Yeah, we are blessed to have you. Thank you.
Well, I think I wanted to make it a decision that was kind of like they got to make a kind of big decision. And maybe like we'll have future votes that come up. I'll probably do these every other episode or so because obviously I don't want like these big huge moments to happen every episode. It'll get a little nutty.
Yeah.
We have to slowly creep in the crazy. Sorry, go for it, Bentham. I think we just went off on a tangent there. Also, my camera's like lagging out.
Anyway, you too can vote in the GM polls, and next time make sure that multiple options are tight so things get even wackier, or even flip it to what particular thing you want, because apparently they do sometimes come very, very close. Also, you can submit NPC names as mentioned earlier on the Patreon if you're the hero tier, and also the other thing that's happening this week, you can watch the admin recap videos where the 3 admins go over the events of the previous month, talk about how shows have gone, what shows are coming, and all that good stuff. And also, if you're crazy, you can support us at the Legend tier and above, which gives you you were able to support an episode, as Miazilla did today, and also you can take part in a once monthly RPG session GM'd by a member of the Roll For It cast, which is not streamed, it's just a private game you get to be part of. And this month's GM is Kira.
Oh,
So hopefully she does recover quickly, because
Yeah.
she wanted to do it.
Well, it's still
And,
like it's still early in the month, so
Yeah,
she can at least start
Like,
planning now and then do it later in the end of the month too. So
Yeah, she was like, definitely couldn't do it if it was right now, but if it's any time in the month, then I'm good.
yeah, you can always totally plan and schedule for earlier. It's just letting them kind of vote on a day earlier is nice. The earlier they have time to plan is the better.
Meanwhile, in horrible tooth pain, she's like, RPG, sign me up.
Oh, you guys are gonna have fun. Kira's fun. I like Kira.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She's just like, you can barely hear what she's saying. It's because her mouth is so swollen, you know, because surgery's nothing to sniff at.
Yeah.
And then just sort of, I don't know who rolled last, but you're attacked by orcs now.
We'll have to get Nika to do a Legend tier game one of these days.
Ew. It will be a mess.
It'd be great. By mess, you mean... Oh, believe me, they're already making it a mess.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's a combined mess.
I've gotten
Mess is technically my brand. So
I've gotten to
I'm-
GM the Legend tier a few times, and it's always good times.
My favorite thing is trying to pick apart what happened in the session based purely on what comes up in the text chat.
Oh, yeah.
And
Because
you can tell
it's always
lots
weird
appear
stuff.
in there. It's like there was I believe the last month or the month before involved a fart elemental,
Of course.
and that was the tip of the iceberg for the weirdness.
Oh, it's
You mean dropping a piano on a dragon's not that weird?
Oh yeah, that was a thing as well.
What?
Was that another different one?
did this take place in New York?
No.
Looney
was-
Tunes world.
It was a magical witch school.
I mean, if you have a dragon and you have a piano, it goes.
Oh,
I
guess.
see no problems there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Work with what you got. music.
Yes.
Well, they were
Talented
in like a theater room, so they were just trying to deal with the situation. It was great.
So yes, you can, if you want, sign up for the Legend tier and be part of the ridiculous wackiness that usually takes place in those sessions. And there are other ways to support us as well. You can become a Twitch subscriber, which gives you emotes and badges on Twitch, of course, and gives you access to the stream VODs as soon as they are over, whereas normally you have to wait 24 hours for us to upload them to the YouTube. Also, you could drop us bits. They land in the cup, which is somewhere. Is it that? Is it over there? Might be over there. I think I got it right.
Yeah, somewhere down there.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And it goes in the cup and physics happens and stuff flies everywhere, and that's always fun. And also you can drop us tips. They will appear on the screen and we'll read them out at the end of the show to thank you for being awesome and supporting the episode. Also, you can support on YouTube by becoming a YouTube member, which gives you emotes and badges over there. And also, being a YouTube member, a Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, patron, gives you access to our fan Discord, where you can hang out and talk about the shows with a bunch of other people, and also us, and sometimes get hints about certain things that are on their way. We always love talking to everyone in there.
Yeah.
And of course, just watching the show, we really appreciate just being here, either on watching it on Twitch or on the YouTube. We always appreciate talking in the chat, commenting in the YouTube comments is awesome, and just telling your friends. Tell your friends about the show, get them hooked on it. We love it when you do that, because that helps us to reach more people and continue to make awesome shows.
All right.
That's all the thanks.
Yay!
Handing it over to our GM.
I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous.
I'm nervous. We're being chased by the horrible
my god.
night monsters.
Bleeding out. I'm not sure if y'all forgot that.
Oh no, I want to save you so bad. Like things have gone so wrong.
We're
I've made my
chasing we're chasing like a warband that we just killed the leader of, being followed by the monsters that lurk in the night, and also
yeah, it's like all the bad things that could possibly happen did because Bluefin's like, yeah, fire at them, and Rex, but don't kill them, just shoot the ground or shoot in the air. Rex is like, all right, and Rex shoots, and I'm like, are you sure? It's night. It's okay. It's happening.
It's time for the
There's not
others.
one person to blame here. We all made this for ourselves.
Oh yeah, and Alloy decided that she's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna kill this warlord. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It is fine.
It's fine though. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I got his head. I won, sort of.
You did get his head. That's true. You did win in that regard.
I'm winning. At what cost?
Yes, exactly. That's the question. All right. So with that, let's start with our episode 4 intro. An action. Something done or performed. One moment of consciousness that we will ourselves into. Are these not the instances that define our being? Who we are, what we're willing to do, and for what reasons? To leave our parents, who we've just met. To take time away from an old friend to help anew. To leave a sick little girl with a promise. Or to take the life of a warlord who others rely on for their existence. It's with these flashing moments in succession that our stories unfold, a cause and effect that creates the cycle of our lives. Which means, with each action we take, there are always consequences. And our camera pans over to a convoy of vehicles in the desert night. A large truck at the front, 2 Jeeps following closely behind, and side by side a black 1967 Ford Mustang coupe, and an odd vehicle that looks kind of like a large box with holes peeking through at the end of the rushing headlights. The boxcar's back door slid open, Rex holding Alloy as he pulls her into the moving Mustang, Phoenix driving steadily, and Bluefin peering out the back window at the horizon of creatures chasing them. And to start things off, we're going to have Alloy rolling that harm. Now that kind of encounter is over. I like to roll the harm at the end of the encounter instead of every moment you're taking harm, otherwise it just gets it's too many rolls that are happening all at once. So let's roll that. See how that goes for you.
Here we go.
Ooh.
No.
6.
6.
Oh my god.
Let's.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. I think with that.
Oh god.
It grabs.
I've had a week to come to peace with this, so
I
I'm feeling pretty hyped for the afterlife right now.
actually sent them like a little infographic thing.
Smell nice.
It'll smell.
Okay. I figured out a way to force it. Yeah, they can hear because I'm forcing it to. I'm switching it and then forcing it to go again. Yeah, we're making it work. Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
Got this.
good. We don't have to drop the stream. I thought we were gonna have to drop the stream again. I was like, oh my god, this is such a struggle. My capture card I have everything unplugged from it whenever I'm streaming, but it just keeps wanting to be like, let's play Animal Crossing. I'm like, no, stop it. I don't even have anything in the Switch. It's all unplugged, so I have no idea why it just keeps trying to use the capture card audio.
It's like clockwork, though. It's like, all right, your intro's done. You've started with the show. Okay, and audio gone.
Yes, exactly.
It's not like what I can like it's like inside the computer, so I have like take it out.
The ghostly sounds of Isabel. You're like, no, please.
Oh,
Oh my god, no.
So here's the thing: you are slowly dying right now at this point. You're at that point. This is an untenable thing. You can't come back from this. So I think it doesn't make sense for you to like lose a limb here or anything like that because in combat it didn't really happen that way. But I think that you are definitely you're bleeding out. You're slowly going to lose unconsciousness. And so I will give you a moment to say like maybe a couple words, gotta make it extra dramatic for TV, shows. I'll give you like a moment to say like a little monologue to Rex as he's like pulling you into the vehicle. But I think that at that point you're going to be unconscious and unable to do much for at least this, until somebody like stabilizes you at some point.
Okay, I flop, and am I on like the hood?
No, he's pulled you into the vehicle.
Into it.
Yeah.
But I still got this warlord's head.
You do. You're wearing like a skull
I'm wearing the
helmet.
headdress.
Yeah.
Like this big old thing. It says that I'm a warlord now.
Oh, you took his? Because what did you do with yours then?
It's in my pocket. I don't know.
You can't put that in your pocket. It's like a skull helmet that he gave you. You could have just left it in the boxcar.
You've got a better one now.
I do, but I liked mine. You know how that goes?
It could still be on his head and you could have the one on your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got the whole thing. Maybe I swapped him.
He's wearing it? Okay.
And I'm in the cab and I'm bleeding. And I just say, oh, I'm gonna do the dramatic thing. Took you long enough. And then oblivion.
Rex, you're holding Alloy in your arms in the front seat of the car. She's got this head, and I think as she collapses, the head kind of rolls off the chair into the floor, but not into where Phoenix's pedals are, but more like in the passenger seat floor area. And you just see this head roll, and his eyes are staring at you. And on her head, you can see she's wearing some kind of weird headdress, and you're just holding her in your arms. And I think at that point, Bluefin, you can see this all happening as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think there's a moment when she initially falls in where I'm like, that was awesome, and then registers the blood everywhere.
Blood everywhere. Yeah.
before she says that, no, wait, blood.
She has a couple on her arms. You can see where there's hand bruise marks from when she got pushed up on the cart.
She's bleeding out.
And then she has slashes from it looks like some kind of spear or something of that sort.
Oh god.
Rex is gonna panic and start looking for the sources of the bleeding to try and do something about it.
All right.
Sources everywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking for any sort of medical supplies, and I'm searching Alloy as well, her person, to see if I could find something to
she does
try
have
and
some
heal her.
angel kits, but they're not going to prolongedly heal her, but they will heal her maybe one tick.
I'm gonna
but it will
for those.
that will take time. You'll be. So do you kind of move her in the back seat, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I help her get into the back seat, and I search for any sort of angel supplies, and Bluefin would love to try and heal her.
Okay. There's not really a way for you to necessarily heal her because you don't have healing abilities the same way as Alloy does. So you don't have a move that lets you do that or anything of that sort.
Okay.
But we could see how this goes for you. I think this is kind of reading a situation almost, trying to figure out how to deal with it. So we'll use that roll, which is a sharp roll, and then you can ask different questions in regards to how you're going to help her.
All right.
And you get a +1 to that because you are using the angel kit as well.
Oh, okay. Should I add the +1 after, or try it again?
Yeah, when you do the roll, it'll give you a pop-up to add it.
Okay, so sharp. Okay. Oh god. So +1. Here we go.
Oh damn!
What did I get? I can't see. Yes.
You got a 14.
Oh my god! Yes.
Double sixes and +2.
Nice.
You're not dying on my watch, Alloy.
You get 3 questions, or you can hold.
Those questions?
This would be read a sitch, but I think for you can ask any 3 questions you want in regards to how to help her. There's not really a option for this in the rules. We're kind of homebrewing it at this point.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask, what can I do that will just give her the most amount of time? How can I heal her? What can I stitch?
You maybe have never used an angel kit yourself, but I think for this moment, you're like, oh, she has these things on her that I've seen her use before, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when you watch her help Adrian, or maybe there was another story in y'all's history. And I think, for you handle things a little differently than she does. And so I think maybe there's some tension there, but for this moment, you put that all aside and you grab into her, I think maybe do you have it in your bandolier? Is that where you have these kits? You see on her chest that she has one of these kits, and you kind of pull it out and you just go for it. You're I think this is where she did it. And you go for it, but it works. You stabilize her for a moment. You all of a sudden you see her kind of breathing a little bit, blood kind of gushing out of her mouth, but she's still unconscious. You have 2 more questions.
Breathe through the blood.
Another question. Oh geez. So as a healer, Stabilize here.
Yeah, it's totally that Pulp Fiction scene with the adrenaline pin. It's just,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. It's all movie drama, you know, like that's what we're going for here. Like I said, this is like if Mad Max and, you know, Westworld had a baby. That's what this show is.
I guess.
I forgot I have syringes.
Yeah, syringes. So that's how to stabilize her. Where are more supplies
Ooh.
to heal her?
How many more angel kits do you have?
I have 2 stock right now.
And
So
she just used one, right?
she just have used 1, yes.
So now you have one left.
That's a 1.
Okay, you have one left, and then make sure that you give yourself 1 healing tick. You're back down 1.
I am down to 10 now.
Yep.
Boink. Look at me go.
Yeah. You see that she has 1 left, and that is it. Now you have the decision to save it for another moment to stabilize someone, or you could use it again. But you know it's the last one you all have. So if someone else gets hurt, and to this point, you know, there's no...
Okay, but she's at a 10 out of 12.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe in another turn. But for now, she's the priority.
Okay.
Like, I want to...
Then you have
Yeah.
1 more question that you can have answered.
If necessary, can I go into her mind to really know how to
Ooh, like have her
most
help answer you?
effectively heal her? Like figure out some of her own skills to heal her.
This is not a thing
Even
that
if
normally...
it's just temporary.
This is not a thing that normally that is part of this rules, but I love this idea for like a story element. So I think that this will be another role, and this will be a open your brain to the world's psychic maelstrom. And then if you are successful, you will be able to, and this means a like above a 9. So this is not a partial success. It has to be like a full success. You will gain access to the full ability of one of her abilities to be able to heal her.
Can I suggest that Adriosa has Bluefen has her sex ability? Was it?
Yeah.
She can't
which
use
we
that.
talked about, which was intimacy.
Yeah.
So in this moment, maybe you could use the rules of that. I'm not sure what those things are because I'm not looking at your sheet, but I remember that it's tapping into someone's brain, whether they want to or not, I guess.
Yeah.
During an intimate moment.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you can use that instead, or if you want to just go like the straight weird.
Oh, did you not put your sex?
I
You didn't put
see.
your sex move on your sheet. Make sure you have your sex moves on your sheets too.
Mine's on my sheet.
Yeah.
Let me find that.
Yeah, I think we kind of changed that to be less of like a sexual intimacy.
Yeah,
but we did
was
make
a
it
deep
be
connection.
a consensual thing. So I
Yeah.
think it was
Oh, that's
how we
fair.
changed it was after you have sex with somebody, or after you have sex with somebody, they consent to it, and if they consent, then you deep brain scan them. But if you do not, then you just get a +1 with them forward. So I think that won't apply here because of how we redid that rule.
Well, drat.
And it's still sex related. Like sex moves are all sex related.
There's a time and a place.
And this is probably not the time to be having sex.
Yeah, definitely not my
Say that, but I just killed my husband and I'm ready to go.
Oh jeez. I just want to heal you so that you can live and heal the rest of us when we're done.
I think that you could for sure do a deep brain scan for sure. So I would allow you to use your deep brain scan move, but instead of getting the answers that you normally would get with a deep brain scan, your answer will be like learning how to do this one move of alloys for a short
Just
moment.
temporarily.
Yeah,
yes.
temporarily.
That's OP if I I learned her moves.
Yeah.
Like, just, no.
I don't, this isn't part of the rules, but I kind of love it. And if everyone else is cool with it, I think that would be fun. All right.
Yeah.
And then something else is going to happen too. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's see how the roll goes.
Okay. Oh, so I am rolling for that this time to
Yes.
like go into. Okay.
You'll roll your
Would be
deep brain scan weird. Yeah.
A deep brain scan. Okay. So the weird. All right. Open your.
But instead of
brain.
getting those other answers, you're going to get something more powerful. 10. That's exactly what you needed, right on the cusp of it. If you would have got a 9, it would have been a partial. So with a 10,
Okay.
you're gonna hold on a moment because something else is gonna happen. But this you'll learn this ability, but I feel like this is the perfect moment to have this happen. Alloy, as you close your eyes and go into unconsciousness, within moments you immediately open your eyes. But you're no longer where you were before. You're not in the vehicle. Your Rex isn't there. None of them are there. Instead, you look around and you see lights, bright lights around you. You blink a few times, and then finally, you can focus around you. And you appear to be in some kind of container, a white box with lights, and the temperature feels perfect. What do you do?
She kicks back. Just so this is it, huh? This is the world at the end. This is what dying is like. It's way more pleasant than I expected. I've sent a lot of people here. I've been near here many times. I didn't expect white. That's not a color that you see very much. She's actually deeply uncomfortable, but she's naturally Alloy-like trying to play
Question
it off.
for you. Is this monologue an internal monologue, or is this an externally speaking? Okay.
Speaking. This is her moment, right?
Okay.
She's facing the afterlife. She's talking about it. It's like, well, so do I stay here forever? Is this what this is like? Will I die again of boredom?
And
colored lights and no blood for the rest of time?
And you actually look down and you can see that you are naked. You have no clothes on. You hear some shuffling around you, like around this box that you're inside of, this container.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is my body whole?
Yes.
Or do I look like this?
It's whole.
I have my own hands, my own body, parts of me
Yep.
that I haven't seen for a long time.
Yes.
Oh, I am fucking dead. She's checking herself out a lot.
Yeah, and in order to like really sit up, you'd have to like push the lid of this thing because you're like in it.
Yeah, she does so.
You push the lid and it almost like makes like that suction noise and it's almost like it hasn't been opened in a while and it lifts open. And when you peer out as you sit up, you can see it looks like there's someone quite a bit of ways. They look like they're kind of writing down something and they're wearing a lab coat, but their skin is like a weird purpley black color. And they have interesting features that, they look humanoid, but not really. But you can only see them from the back, and there's no hair on them whatsoever. They look very like almost slimy. And you see around you are a ton of these other containers, hundreds, thousands.
I'm gonna be quiet. Can I do a stealthy?
Yeah, you can do a stealthy. So, can I do a stealthy? I like that.
Stealthy with my murder Frankenstein, please.
That would be, I believe, there is a move for that in the battle moves. I opened up one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
So it's subterfuge section, and you are going to be doing. Let's see. You're not trying to draw a prey, but you don't want your prey to suspect you.
Yeah.
So you are. You're not the bait necessarily. You're the cat because you're trying to catch a prey.
I'm definitely a cat.
Or you're the mouse. You could be the mouse or the cat, and I'll let you kind of choose what you think.
Cat.
Oh, when it's not
someone's
clear
saying
whether
hi.
you're the cat or the mouse, roll sharp. Okay. So when it's there, you go. I just had to get to the bottom of it. So let's do
Who
that
was
one.
yelling?
It's
Who is the
George.
cat?
That's George.
Hi,
He's just-
George.
he's
Thank you
shouting
for
in the
remembering
background.
something for me.
Sorry.
Are you the cat or the mouse?
That was perfect timing.
It was perfect timing. I'm probably because
Okay,
I'm
so
saying the word
sharp?
cat. He's like cat.
Cat?
He's so dumb. He runs into walls. He's just like the dumbest cat. I've never.
I love that. I love cuties.
And he's like a little chunky boy. He's adorable.
All right,
I'm
so
coming to
sharp?
love him. Yes, it'll be a sharp. So on a 10 plus, you get a +1 forward as well. And then on a miss, you're the mouse. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you are sneaky. You can explain to us what it looks like when you're sneaky, and you get a +1 forward on whatever you do next.
Am I? Can I see clearly?
Yeah,
Do I know what's around me?
yeah. I described
Yeah.
it, but if there's something else you want to know beyond that, you're gonna have to read a stitch.
Yeah. So I can. I'm wondering if it's like I know what's around me, but can I like see it properly? Okay, so I get into full on stealth mode, which is a little.
Are you gonna
bit
hide
not-
below? Do you close the lid that you were just in?
Yes.
Okay, you close the
No,
lid.
no.
No.
I
Okay.
leave it open.
Oh, okay. You leave it open.
How many people are around?
You see one off in the distance further up, and it looks like they're writing something down. They're like leaned over. They're wearing a lab coat. They have like purpley black slimy skin, and they're writing on something. Or it's not like writing. It's like it looks like they're maybe typing or writing, but it doesn't look like there's anything in front of them.
I'm
Like
going
they're typing
for
on the
'em.
air or they're writing on the air.
They're going down. I'm sneaking up on them.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Architect of my universe. Are you a god? Because do I have my
You
bone
sneak
saw?
behind each of these lanes, and you can see thousands of these containers that are all about. Some of the walls kind of have like these weird, like paneling, and it looks like maybe there's some kind of text running down them. And you continually move and crouch, make your way. Are you going to go right up to the creature?
Can I read the text? Do I know what it says? Can I roll something for that?
You would have to, I think,
Just
read a
get a look at it?
sitch. Looking at it from what you're seeing, or maybe roll like a weird, like a open your mind to the maelstrom. But you don't know the language. You don't understand it.
Okay. I also realized for one thing, I accidentally rolled a hot roll instead, but I
Oh,
still succeeded. Even though I have 0 hot as opposed to 2 sharp. So I
but you
double
succeeded.
one, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
so I'm
But
I
note that
am
you were actually rolling a sharp, but it's not a big deal.
yeah, I got the bits mixed up. So I can't see anything. I can't read it.
So you can unhighlight that and you get your experience as well. I think that was
Oh,
one of
okay.
your highlighted, right?
Yes. I forgot that I can do that as we're going.
Yeah, that'll probably make
my-
it a little easier.
There we go. Look at me go. Okay. So I can't really read anything, and I'm not a recon kind of girl. We're just gonna sneak up to that guy and try to. I'm gonna get him in a headlock from behind. I'm assuming it's a man for some reason.
Oh, you don't know.
Aggression.
All right. With that, I think we're gonna have to move into a battle move. You don't have any gear on you, so you won't get any pluses for
I'm
those, and you won't
naked.
get extra damage. Yeah, you got nothing. It looks like you're trying to seize by force, so you're trying to like grab them, and that would be a hard roll.
Okay. So I still have my +2 hard. Am I correct on that?
What do you mean you're +2 hard?
Well, because I have hard, so if I
Oh yeah,
roll
you're just
hard-
rolling your hard.
Okay.
You don't add. You don't
Like,
add.
you don't have gear or anything.
You
I'm
don't
like, oh, no.
add a +2 to that. That's just auto
Okay.
default by. But you do have a +1 forward, so reminder that you do have that +1.
I'm super using that.
Okay.
All right, let's get this god. I did it.
Right.
I caught one.
Explain to me how that works. And on a 10 plus, you choose 3. So if you check seize by force in the battle moves,
How does it feel to catch a god? Well, not what I was expecting. Okay.
so check that and pick 3 of those.
I take definite and undeniable control of it.
For sure. Makes sense.
That is her way. I suffer little harm.
Okay.
And I impress my enemy.
Yeah. They are impressed. I think you catch them off guard, and now you have them in like a headlock. And the exchange of harm is you actually take no harm, fortunately for you, and
I just passed out of it.
they are going to take a harm as you like, they don't take any harm, because you don't have
Yeah,
a
'cause I
weapon.
didn't-
Yeah, and you didn't choose the harm option. So yeah,
I
you're
didn't
just like holding them.
Shh, 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 shh. Okay, we're gonna do this really slow. Can you hear me? Do they know what I'm saying?
You say that, and you hear these strange, like, blob sounds. Sounds like
Oh,
weird
gross.
blobbing sounds. And I think what happens is behind you, someone stabs you with like some kind of like syringe or something like that, and you feel a moment where you're holding this person and you say these words, and then you feel really tired, and you
Can I twist their
collapse.
neck on the way down?
No, because you didn't choose the harm one. But if you did, I would. You collapse
In
into
what
their arms,
circumstances?
and you
I'm
can
trying
hear.
to-
You can still hear as you're slowly drifting away. You hear these blob sounds coming between them, and then for a moment, like you're like, I understand what they're saying, and it sounds like they're like, "What happened? I don't know. Put her back." And so like that's kind of what happens in your mind, but you're just hearing these blobs and like you're like, how do I know this language? What's happening? And then I think as you kind of go unconscious, you feel something familiar inside your head. And it is all of a sudden you're in this white room. There's nothing else. There's no one else. And then Bluefin, you appear. And Bluefin, you see Alloy.
Can I go for her too?
You can totally.
Am I in this room? Am I in this like?
Yeah,
this-
you Bluefin. This is when
So
you
I just
sink.
Bluefin?
You sink into her mind. So
Oh,
Bluefin, what
yeah,
happens
okay.
is you're holding on your end. You're holding Alloy right in your arms, and you put your hand on her head, and you kind of like close your eyes, and you open your eyes, and you're inside of her mind, right? Like you go down this tunnel, and instead of seeing visions this time, it's like you're there.
I charge at her.
You see Alloy charging for you. Alloy, are you trying to cease by force? Like, what is your goal here?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get her too because this is a trick.
You can roll me your hard.
I'm just like,
I'm
what
really
is this?
sorry. So go.
I told you
again.
stuff was gonna
Oh,
get
by the
weird.
So
way,
nice.
okay.
Okay.
I'm
12.
doing really well with the
All right.
hard today.
You pick 3, and then
I'm gonna
Alloy,
feel
you'll get
bad
to do something in next after.
Where did my battle moves go?
Battle moves, and then
Where did
cease
they
by force.
go?
In the handout section.
Yeah, I'm clicking it, but it's not showing up, so I think it's behind. Oh, you're sneaky. Oh, you're
Oh
sneaky.
yeah, it might be
little
behind your
tramp.
other.
Okay. Okay. I am thieving by force. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to suffer little harm, take definite and undeniable control, and I'm going to frighten the hell out of her.
I think she's frightened. You
Yeah,
run
I'm
forward.
so-
You tackle her down to the ground, and you're holding her. You're pinned there. You have undeniable power here. You are holding her down. You are afraid, Bluefin, in this moment because you're like, what is happening? Was not expecting this, and it feels real. It feels like you actually hurt. So now, how harm is going to work with this exchange is you're going to inflict harm equal to the rating of your weapon. You don't have a weapon, Nika, at the moment. Bluefin, do you have armor? You have everything on you, Bluefin. You are not naked or anything like that. But
Yeah, okay.
Alloy
I don't
is
think I have armor.
naked and just toppled you.
Yeah.
Alloy also doesn't have this face in this thing.
She
That's-
looks
Yeah.
different. Yeah, she looks.
That's why I'm so baffled. Like so Bluefin is just so confused by the setting. She's never seen anything like this before. Like such clean, like the room settings.
The vision, yeah. This is too real. You're like, this is almost like
so bizarre.
White
and
is a color
actually,
that doesn't exist. Like we don't see white. Everything is
exactly.
true. It's mostly dusty.
As Alloy is like coming towards me, I'm just like, who are Alloy? Is that you?
What is your armor? Because you're gonna take
I don't think
damage
I have-
pending your armor.
The armor is. Where do I find my armor again? Harm stats HX.
I don't think you have any.
Gear. So it would be under gear.
Yeah.
I'm just wearing like simple cloth
Yeah.
stuff.
So you don't have any
Like I'm not a
armor.
warrior.
So the damage is harm equal to the harm rating of your weapon minus the armor rating of your enemy's armor. So I think you don't take any. She doesn't
like
take
AP.
any harm, right?
Oh,
Because you don't have a weapon, and you didn't choose the inflict harm.
No. So she's fine.
Okay.
I'm completely subdued.
Yeah. Okay. And you chose take little harm. Nika,
Yeah.
right? You chose all those options.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I said
there's no harm exchanged. It's just like immediately, like you get knocked to the ground and you have naked Alloy on top of you.
Is this in my mind?
You're all seeing this. I mean, I'm not telling you if it's in your
Okay.
mind or what it is, but
Um,
in your head, you're thinking it's in your mind.
Okay. Because then my imagination of myself, I think, would be quite different.
No.
So that would it would mildly suggest to me that this either I have some talking to myself to do, or my self-image is way weirder than I thought,
Potentially.
or is completely off. So I'm like, huh. I'm I I don't know what to do after this point.
I think she said, what did you say to her, Bluefin? You asked her a question.
Oh, I just asked her, like, Alloy, is that you?
And I'm
You're-
like, and I slam her up against the
The
ground.
flow. Yeah.
Who are you?
It's me, it's Bluefin. What is happening? Where are we? It's me. But is that you? You
Of
look,
course, it's me.
this is you. What's going on? Are you trying to kill me?
Why are you here? Why did
don't
you
know.
do this to me? What
I'm
is
trying to
happening
help.
right
Alloy, I'm trying to help, and I wanted to go
now? This
figure
doesn't
out how
look
to
like a way
help you.
me. So Alloy,
Sorry.
Alloy naturally, when feeling defensive, just straight up goes on the attack, right?
That's all good.
You did this with your weirdness. She don't need any of it.
I don't cause these settings for the visions. I just see, I just observe.
Right. So you didn't bring me here. You didn't do anything. I don't
No.
care. Why are you here now then?
I don't know. I might have. I don't think I did. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to find out how to help you. Alloy, I'm
Leave me.
sorry to scare you.
Let me do whatever this is. Are you gonna start talking in little bloop bloop codes now? Is that what's gonna happen? Are
What's
you
a
gonna go
bloop bloop? What?
bloop, and then put me back in a fucking casket the way that apparently I don't know what? And she actually gets
It's
off.
okay. It's
And she
okay, Alloy.
sits, and she's sitting and she's kind of freaking.
I just have my hands up. It's okay. It's okay. I have no idea what's going on too. What have you seen? Have you run into anybody? What is this place? Have we been transported to some weird underground citadel or something? Like, it's okay. We're gonna get out of here.
Any answers, and they put me to sleep, and I don't want to be here. I really don't. I don't want you to be here. I don't want to be here. So she punches a wall. Can I punch a wall?
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, I'm really good at making myself cry, so I'm like
Yes.
weeping right now. She gets up and just launches at whatever the wall is.
I'm trying to fix like the audio thing. Yeah,
Sorry,
you.
I was yelling.
I think for punching a building, there's actually rules for punching a building.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't get the music to work. Sorry, everybody.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear it on my end though. That's why. So the viewers don't have the music.
We love it.
It's like a creepy little song, but I can't play it. So when a building takes harm, I think it's not really a big deal, but I just want to see how much damage you do. So
Yeah.
I think you can just roll your hard and see what happens.
Okay, let me get over to that. Oh, did I lag out suddenly? Nothing
Yeah.
quite like that.
Your camera's like that.
Oh, your camera froze.
But your audio's fine. We're having a great time with technology here today, as you can see.
Am I
You're moving
back?
now. You're moving now.
You're good
back,
now.
You're back.
Yeah.
You're good
Okay,
now.
am I good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I promise it'll only happen 3 more times. Okay. So I'm rolling hard again. Oh no. Submit. I am killing today.
You are.
Today's my
Ooh,
day.
13.
I'm taking down so many gods and buildings and friends.
Yeah, I think you don't really do a ton of damage to the ground necessarily, unless you choose
Yeah.
are you choosing to do extra harm?
Is that a war move?
It would be seized by force. That's what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Seize by force. Sorry. I want to damage the wall, so I inflict some terrible harm onto said wall.
All right. Yeah.
And also the wall is scared of me. No,
Yes.
no harm, and I harm a wall. And
Yeah, you
and I own this
punch.
building.
And I think what happens in this moment is you punch, and the wall itself has little squares that trickle, and then they go back into place.
I put my hands through it and go, whoa, 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 whoa.
You can't. The wall is there.
Oh, it reformed.
Mm-hmm.
Squish, squish, squish.
Alloy, please calm down. I'm so sorry you were so scared, but we need to calm down here. Please.
What will that fix?
You'll at least conserve some energy to fight anyone else.
I already fought the building. You're the only one left. Do you want to do this again?
No. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to understand.
No, you're to blame for this somehow. I don't truck with this business. I don't mess around with this kind of shit. And suddenly you're here, and suddenly, how am I not supposed to put those things together? How is this not supposed to be your fault?
You think
You
I
have to do
asked
something
for
for me.
this power? You think I asked for this understanding of the weird? Alloy, I didn't.
You can do one thing and stop pushing it on other people. I don't want this.
All
Are
right.
you? Tell me that you're trying to do something to me right now. Are you?
I'm not. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to heal you. Trying to bring you back.
That's trying something. What if I just want to die? What if I'd rather have that? I made my decision.
Then so be it. I didn't know that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I died a
Sorry, Alloy.
winner.
I see now.
What if that's it? It's just like, well, see ya. And then we're just stuck in the room. We're like, shit.
Just forever. Bluefin, you were trying to get a piece of information from her, remember?
Oh, right.
You were trying to learn about her ability. My question for you here is now, you did succeed on that roll.
Yeah.
What does it look like when you gather that information? Do you ask for it?
I figured I would just go into her memories and just kind of quickly see like the procedures she's done and just garner that information and then apply it.
Well, that's not
Like
what
a
happened
blitz.
here. So,
Now I'm literally in this weird, oh my God, I love it.
so how do you want to go about getting that information from her? Is it going to be a situation where you ask her, or is it going to be more of like a forced thing that like you get from her? And if that's the option, then I would like Nika to provide like consent to that.
Now I'm under the understanding she doesn't want to be healed. She wants to die. So now that I know that,
Okay.
and Bluefin's definitely, she's seen lots of people die, and people who were done with the crazy world and they just wanted to pass, and she, let them. She understands.
Okay, well then let's play that out. Like you
Yeah.
have this moment of understanding, as Alloy says, I died a winner, and that we ended on that.
And Alloy doesn't want to die, but she doesn't want Bluefen's help.
Oh,
She'd
okay.
rather die than accept the help.
Bluefin, you understand that. You are in her mind with
Yeah.
that role. You accept.
Oh, so she's getting all of
you
this.
succeeded.
Oh.
You are in her mind. You know that she doesn't really truly want to die.
She doesn't
She just
trust me.
doesn't trust you. So maybe this is a moment where you have to gain her trust, right? Or do you not want to gain
By
her
being
trust?
inside of her brain. That's
Yeah.
forward, isn't it? You're my friend now.
Sorry, Alloy. You were bleeding out. You were on the brink. I'm sorry I had to do this. This is what I know. This is all I know. I'm not a healer. I'm not an angel like you. I just wanted to bring you back. This was, trust me, a last resort. I hate doing this to my own friends or companions. I don't know if you consider me a friend, but
I don't
just
consider you
wanted to-
anything.
And that's fair. This was a last resort. I was not expecting this chaos. It's never like this. I'm never like here. There's no. It just doesn't make sense to me either.
You can tell that there's uncertainty all of a sudden, where she's like, right. But she's like, wait, this is different.
This is different. I'm never in with them. You know, I see memories, I see fragments of their visions as my own, and I learned that way. But this is just something I've never experienced before. And I'm so sorry to have been causing you more uncertainty and harm from it. I just wanted to help.
Why am I not me? Look at
I
me.
don't understand.
Look at me right now. I'm not myself. What is this?
I wish I could tell you.
Where is my face? I earned this face. I earned the body that I have. I tempered it in acid and flayed it from other people. These are my medals and I wear them proudly. Where are they? I am nothing and I'm nowhere with you.
I wish I could tell you, Aloy. I wish I could tell you.
So you... No, she doesn't really see a way out of the situation, but she is intrigued with the idea that there's something different.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a moment of trust? Do you let Bluefin in?
I think it's accidental. But I think I want to let her see what I just saw. What
She
I
can't.
remember of.
That's not what's going to happen. But
Okay.
you have a moment where you let her in, and Bluefin on the outside, your hand is on her head in the vehicle, and all of a sudden you're no longer in that room anymore, Bluefin. You see visions. You see Aloy hunched over another person's body. You're watching them as they're stitching together this wound. They're basically fixing this person up from where they've been slashed. You see them cauterizing something. You're watching this all play out in like visions. Now you see another person, and like you're watching all of these moments where Aloy has been helping people. You even see the moment up until the warlord where she takes someone else's limb. You can see around that there's like a dead person. There's like another one of those people that was like cackling in the background, and she's like stitching half of this warlord's body together, and then you come back to and you're there holding her in your arms. Aloy, you on the other hand, and you're going to gain access to Aloy's ability for this moment or the scene. Aloy's ability is called, you can actually just roll from her sheet probably, or you can just look at her sheet. Yeah, healing touch. So it'll be a weird roll for you.
Would I be rolling on her sheet?
No, roll on your sheet, but like you can look at her sheet to see the details.
Plus weird.
Yeah, to see the details of like what you get from when you roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think she has that all listed there for you,
So
you don't
roll
have to.
plus weird on a 10 plus heal a segment, on a 7 to 9 heal a segment, but you're also opening your brain. And on a miss, you don't heal them, and then you opened both of our brains to the psychic maelstrom.
Oh God.
So before you do that,
already more so than
yeah.
This is a messy roll.
Before you do that, I think Aloy,
see.
You have a moment where you feel a warmth, like a comfort, and then you can feel something else, like someone is there inside, like your mind, and then Bluefin disappears. The room around you closes in. Lights, bright lights, and your eyes close. Bluefin, do your roll.
It's
And it's a weird?
a weird.
Yeah, it's a weird.
And I'll tell you what happens.
Believe me, this is all just a weird.
For all these hard things.
Ooh.
All right. On a 10 plus, I heal a segment.
Cool.
That's it.
All right.
Roll a success and you healed.
All that for a heal.
Yeah, all that. It's
heal-
a dangerous world.
You heal another
I
segment.
love it. Okay. whew.
Okay,
That
so
puts
I'm
you
back up to 9,
at 9.
Okay.
which is I'm stable.
You are stable.
So I'm not going to bleed out, but I can't get better. Does that mean I wake up?
I think you can.
No.
Let's look at that because I think you might still be unconscious because you are unconscious. But I think at this point you are.
I think that might be walking wounded kind of thing.
Yeah, you're at 9, so I think you're in excruciating pain. It will. You need to seek medical health. But yes, for a moment, you close your eyes after all these bright lights, and you open your eyes again. You gasp, blood coming out of your mouth as you gasp. Bluefin, you see this in front of you, and the two of you are there in the vehicle now.
I immediately grab for my syringes and I pop
The last one.
I think I just want it to be a pain reliever, not that it will actually heal me or fix me, because I'm in dead screaming pain right now, right? So I'm like losing my mind. Yeah, she does that. So
And I recoil just thinking you're gonna plunge it into me for a second, just from our
Yeah,
last interaction. I was just like,
you are still afraid. Yeah, you're afraid of her. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Just I scoot to the other side of the back seat, like, okay, she's stable.
Yeah. And then just breathing.
Rex, we're gonna go backwards now.
Yeah, I was wondering how long this takes from Rex's perspective.
Oh yeah. I just didn't want to like break it up with stuff, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you.
I grab the head, I cradle the head.
You can't. The head is in the front, underneath the thing, so you can't.
Give me the head.
Rex. We're gonna rewind. You see, you help Bluefin kind of move Alloy's body in the back seat. You see Bluefin kind of like doing her thing, and you're in this moment where you and Phoenix are trying to drive. What is your goal here? Do you want to try to fight the things that are chasing you? Do you want to fight the things that are in front of you in this convoy? What's the goal here in your mind?
I think once I see that the Bluefin is handling, or do I see Bluefin go into like the weird brain thing, or is okay? And like I look at it like, oh, what do you do, Blue? Oh, I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna focus on the outside situation. And like, is the warband currently like trying to attack us, or are they purely focused on escaping?
It looks like they're entirely trying to escape at the moment. It looks like they're driving very quickly. They moved some of, the slaves that were on the chain. They actually put them into the back of the truck, and they actually left the chair. The chair's just there. And actually they run over it, and bones kind of splinter and fall over everywhere.
I was saying, like in chat last week, it's like they've got a serious problem here. If they just get rid of the chair and turn the chair truck into a slave truck, they could move so much quicker.
How many chairs have they probably gone through? A lot.
There are just
they are not the brightest of creatures
scattered across the wasteland from every time.
Yeah,
they accidentally wake up the monsters.
I think they probably generally don't wake up the monsters.
Yeah,
that wasn't them. They didn't do that.
It was me.
I think I'm just gonna say to Phoenix, make sure whoever those things get first isn't ours. And then I'm gonna get up on the roof and get out the guns and see what I can do about the monsters first.
You're gonna take care of the monsters. Yeah, you see them coming up.
But what I want is for Phoenix to try and just move up and get in amongst the war party, so or just get past whatever truck of theirs is straggling most.
Okay. Yeah, Phoenix kind of takes your lead, drives up into the vehicle section area, and you peek your head out of the top of the sunroof, and you're gonna try to mow down these creatures. You see a horizon of them. What is your strategy here? Is it gonna be like suppression fire, or are you trying to like one by one take them down?
Let's try the suppression fire and see if it like scares them off.
Okay, so I believe that is in the battle moves, and it is lay down fire. Yes, lay down fire. So in the battle moves, you're going to do the option of lay down fire, which is a hard roll. And then on
right.
a 10 plus, you'll choose 3 of those. On a 7 to 9, you'll choose 2, and on a miss, you'll choose 1.
Okay. 10.
All right.
Nailed it.
Choose 3 of those.
All right, let's see. Where is lay down fire?
It is in the battle moves.
Oh, there we go. It's not in like in little text. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's under tactical and support moves. Sorry. I know their rules are very
It's what
confusing.
all the others they've got a big header for the move, and then here they've got a big header for the category, and then
Well, they
says
do it
in
for
the-
cease by fire and also for subterfuge. They have like these subcategories. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
But we're getting a hang of it. Which 3 do you want?
First of all, you provide suppressing fire, denying another character to move or act freely. And I'm going to try and apply that to, like, I don't know if it can be one of, like, the foremost creature or all of them as a whole.
Yeah, the one that's coming closest to you all kind of backs off.
And then
It's like going to claw at the wheel or something like that, and you push it away. So like it actually allows Phoenix to kind of swerve the carve in the direction that you were trying to tell her to go.
I'm also going to do, you provide covering fire, allowing another character to move or act freely.
Okay. And is that to aid the other convoy vehicles then? Or is it to help you yourself? Are you going to like get up on top of the car or something?
I don't care about the other convoy vehicles.
Okay.
Like
So in the instance,
the worse they do, the better we do.
okay. In the instance that you need to move the vehicle, or you yourself need to go in there, you can act freely.
Okay. And let's do, you take an opportune shot inflicting harm, but -1 harm on an enemy within your reach.
All right. Then
The weapon I'm using, by the way, is the machine gun, obviously.
Awesome. Yeah, you pull out the machine gun and you're like
And the effects are far, area, and messy for this one.
nice. Oh, I wish all my audio effects were working right now. I have a machine gun
Oh.
sound. Here, you can hear it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not playing for them. I don't know why. It's being weird.
Oh, it's still going.
I know. I'll turn it off. Perfect. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, and a machine gun is normally 3 harm.
Yeah. So how much is the harm? We'll do you inflict harm equal to the harm rating of your weapon minus their armor rating, and they have a 1 armor.
And also there's -1 because of the move effect, so it's only 1 harm, but
Okay,
yeah,
1
I do
harm.
something to one of them.
Yeah, 1 harm is done. You see.
Oh wait, no, but I also have Insano like oh, that's not the one. Blood crazed. Whenever I inflict harm, inflict +1 harm, so it's 2.
Perfect. It's +2. Yeah. One of the creatures, its full body, you just splice it in half. Like you shoot it and like the top part of it slides right off and kind of like it's gross. It's like slimy grossness that it just slides down. Another one just like they all start crawling, like the ones behind it crawl over the body and just keep running towards the vehicle.
Rex is just like, bullets cause this problem and bullets are gonna fix it. Ah!
Yes. All right. There's still probably like 4 or 5 others that are still crawling towards you all. One backed off a bit, or probably two backed off a bit. The 2 closest ones. One of them leaps onto top of the other, and another one leaps on top of that one. They fling it forward. It's like this is happening in motion. Like they just topple on top of each other, and they're like walking together as this weird conglomerate. And then another one walks on top of it and jumps and leaps over and is trying to leap onto the vehicle. What do you do?
It's on to ours.
Onto yours, yeah. Onto the Mustang. You're the one shooting at it. It's coming for you.
Am I able to make use of that, allowing another character to move or act freely to help
Yes.
with this?
Mhm.
Okay, can I just tell Phoenix to stun it?
Ooh, okay. We're going to do that. We're probably going to have to Phoenix roll. So if you want to go onto Phoenix's sheet, and I think that is going to be In the war moves, you're gonna try to you want to outdistance this creature? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just suddenly like jump forwards, at least temporarily, so that it misses the car and hits the ground going at speed.
They're not another vehicle, but you are trying to outdistance it, so I will say roll a cool.
Okay.
And on 10 plus, you outdistance them and break away. On a 7 to 9, you're going to choose one of those things. Which we'll have to incorporate is different. 9. All right, you're going to choose one. You distance them and break away, but your vehicle suffers 1 harm, AP from the strain. You don't escape them, but you go to ground in a place you choose, or they overtake you, but their vehicle, well, they will suffer 1 harm. Which of those options do you want? Also, thank you for the host, Joe. My brother.
Right. So if they overtake me, are they gonna land on the car?
Yes.
But
they're gonna take harm.
Is it the one of them that's
that's
landing?
It's the one that like leaped off the other 3 that like conglomerated together.
I'll say they overtake, but presumably they suffer 1 harm.
Okay. Yeah. They land on the vehicle,
now, but they're injured, and I can deal with them more easily.
They land on the vehicle, and one of their legs looks like it like just broke or something. It like starts flimsing, and then they're crawling towards you, and it's like this weird slimy creature that's just like coming at you. And now that you can see it closer, you can see that it has like 4 eyes, and they're like in a 2 are at the top, and the other 2 are at the sides, and it has like weird slits on the side that looks like it's like breathing from. And its body is just like this slimy, gross thing, and one of its limbs is just flinging, like it doesn't look like it has any bone structure anymore. But it doesn't seem like it cares. It's still coming for you, and it goes to try to gnaw at you. And I think in this case, you weren't exchanging harm or anything of that sort, so it doesn't do any harm to you. Now it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna like let go of the machine gun for a second, just sit it on the roof of the car, and pull out the magnum and take aim.
All right.
So this is, what would this be? So many different kinds of moves, battle moves.
This would be probably single combat.
Yeah, there we go.
No quarters, exchange harm, but first roll hard.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. And
10. Nailed it.
Awesome.
Yes.
With a 10, choose. I think you are definitely going to do both. So you inflict terrible harm, so you're going to have a +1 to your harm, and then you suffer little harm, so you have -1. They do for damage to you. You're going to suffer harm equal to the harm rating of your enemy's weapon minus the armor rating of your armor. How much armor rating do you have? 1?
I have 1 because I lost 1 having not been able to look after myself.
Okay, so they do 3 damage normally, 3 harm normally. It'll be -1 because of that, and -1 because of your armor, so you take 1 harm. So block that on your clock.
And I was already on 1 harm because, again, I wasn't able to pay for myself and I'm slightly starving.
A moment your stomach growls. And we hear like the loud gurgling of your stomach. And then you're going to inflict.
It's just like a weakness.
Harm.
Like he's just not eaten in a while, and so he's a bit shaky and not quite so quick to move, and so like the attack just hits him.
They have 1 armor, so how much harm are you doing?
So the harm of the magnum normally is 3. I get +1 because of blood crazed, and then this move gives me another 1.
You obliterate
so 5.
This is. You only need to do 1 extra damage, so you did 5 to this. Tell me how you obliterate this creature, because that's disgusting. It's beyond what it has.
I think, yeah, so so he has the machine gun, and this thing lands on the car and like crawls up and like gets a hand down on the barrel of the machine gun, and it slams to the like the roof of the car, and he's like, "Well, can't fire that now." And this thing's like right there at him when he like leans back, pulls the pistol, and shoots it point blank in the face.
Nice. And just like this goop kind of falls onto you and all around the vehicle, and some of it gets in the vehicle in the rooftop hole. Like you get a little bit of splatter on you, Bluefin, and probably Alloy. Phoenix is not happy.
She's in the mindscape
Phoenix
right now.
car has Oh yeah, you don't
She's
don't
gonna
notice.
wake up like, what is this?
You both wake up with weird goop on you. And Phoenix now has blood in her vehicle as well, or their vehicle, and also has goop in her vehicle. Gonna be a lot to clean up. Poor Phoenix. Sorry. Awesome. That was great. Two more. The two others start grabbing onto the bumper of this vehicle and start climbing their way up. What do you want to do now?
Right, the pistol is like needs to be reloaded, so he drops that for the moment, switches back to the machine gun, and is just gonna try and shoot him point blank with the machine gun.
Also, in the distance, you see one creature grab the other creature, and it just like consumes it.
Oh, the one that I killed.
Yeah.
And just goes grom.
Yeah. And these two are holding onto this thing, and you're gonna try to like I guess it wouldn't be single combat unless you want to just take one at a time, which you can do. Or you can try to like cease by force.
Hmm.
There are also the other options, which is kind of lay down fire.
I think I'll go for lay down fire again, because I can.
To
if
back
I do
'em up.
well, I'll be able to just probably kill one anyway.
Yeah, true. And that'll kind of scare the other one off. Whereas if you do any type of if you do any of the other combat, it's going to be versus one or two.
Yep.
Depending on how
The
much
thing
damage
about
you
the
do.
machine gun is it that it's close and far.
Yeah, that is nice. Also, it's awesome
going
to have
for
like a machine gun on a vehicle. It's just, this is badass.
Yep, I am now a mounted turret. It's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we're panning back to like the white room that Alloy and Bluefin were arguing in.
Still in.
Yeah, I'm getting overconfident here. I just managed to get a partial success.
Got a partial
with a 7.
success, a 7. So you get to choose two.
nice.
Which two do you choose?
No, that's still all right. Yeah, let's
bad.
do opportune shot, inflicting harm, but -1 harm.
Okay.
So machine gun is 3 harm. I get +1 because of the thing, and then -1 because of that. So it's 3.
And -1 because of their
Minus
armor. And so 2. You kill another one.
Nice.
One of the ones that's hanging onto the bumper, you just like, and it like, it's just getting hit and it's holding on. And I think the arms of this creature are still holding onto the bumper, but the creature itself just goes off into the ground. And you just see that other creature that consumed the other one just goes and leaps in and consumes this other one. Pretty
God,
disgusting.
I'm just turning like 5 small creatures into one creature the size of 5.
Maybe.
Oh no. Bloomin' duck-sized horses. Anyway, the other one I will do. I provide suppressing fire, denying another character to move or act freely. Presumably, that can also mean not character.
Yeah, it can mean you or the vehicle. Yes, perfect. It kind of looks around a bit and is a little freaked out. It just saw its friend get shot. The arms are still there. I think what happens is it holds onto the bumper, doesn't look at you, grabs the hands that are on the edge and eats them. Or like these claw hand things.
Oh dear.
Gross. The bigger creature now, there's no other creatures on the horizon, is starting to come towards you. It's plummeting its way. And I think it just leaps onto the vehicle, and you all feel this kablunk. And actually inside of the wall, this is happening at the same time that Alloy punches the wall. So you have like that kind of juxtaposedness to this. So inside, you all don't really feel it because you think it's just Alloy kind of like punching the wall. And outside, this creature punches into the back and dents like kind of like the back of the vehicle and kind of walks its way forward. It does a little bit of damage, but not enough damage where the vehicle takes like harm and is unable to do anything. It's cosmetic damage. And it goes forward to grab you. Rex.
Uh-oh.
What do you do?
Damn it, there's a move for this, but like it's not gonna. Actually, let me check, because maybe it does matter. But
Okay.
I do have the move, fuck this shit, which is about escaping a situation. But can that only apply to me rather than, or can it apply to like everyone in the car, like the car as a whole?
It's for you.
Damn. So it's like I could get out of this, but then I'd leave everyone else
In this case, I would also say that it gives you the escape route for specifically Phoenix as well. So you could, how the escape route, and you could share that with her. But then they still have to.
an escape route that can be taken with the car.
Yes,
In that case,
and
Okay.
then they would have to take that escape route.
And would that get us away from the creature?
It would be one of those things where, like, when you have something on the, like, in the movies, when there's something on top of a car and you like swerve the car and hit something and like it flings off, like that type of thing. It would be one of those type of movie moments, I think.
Then that's what I'm gonna go for.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's see how it goes.
So yeah, when I name my escape route when I do so. So yeah, it's gonna be like just trying to. Let's see. What fun things could we do? We could, because
You are surrounded by like that box car. No one's in that box car.
yeah, could the escape route involve like smashing into that vehicle and maybe causing it to I'm trying to think. The cool thing would be to like pit maneuver a truck till it flips over us and takes the creature out, but you might not allow that because
I'll allow that. That sounds awesome.
Okay, yeah, that's what we do then.
That is Mad Max to the max, man. I love that scene. I'm into it. If you succeed and you get a 10+, I'm in.
Yep, I want to instruct Phoenix to just swerve into this truck till like it spins round, and then when it rolls over the top of our car, it takes that thing with it.
Yes. Oh, I'm so into it. Yeah, I'm into it.
And I really hope this works. 7.
I don't think the vehicle goes over it, but I think you instruct them to do that, and I think what happens is that it's going to be a roll.
There are conditions for how it works.
Okay, let's read those. 7 to 9.
I don't know I don't know if you can print the text from these. Doesn't seem
No,
like there's an option.
these sheets are terrible.
I'll just copy paste it and then everyone can see.
Yeah.
There we go.
So you can go or stay, but if you go, it costs you. Leave something behind or take something with you. Oh, okay, so it can happen anyway, if you want it to.
Yeah, so it
Right.
happens, but I suffer for it.
Okay. Do you want it to?
Um,
Do you want it to happen? I think I know exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, the thing that comes to my mind is that,
I get to pick. You don't get to pick. The
Okay.
the MC tells you what.
Well, it says. Oh, yeah, it says the MC will tell you what. Okay, yeah, I
But
go.
it says
Like
no.
I'm
reading
going
what
with
it
go, and
says.
we'll see what I lose. Like, I'm wondering if it's that I'm still sticking out the top of the car when the truck flips over us.
What happens is you instruct Phoenix to do so. You duck down under. They ram into the vehicle with a force and at the just right angle that the truck, or not the truck, but like this big box car kind of tumbles over the top, and we have this moment where like it flings up in the air and you see it in the front window. And then for a moment it looks like it's going to hit the car, but it doesn't. It goes slightly over the top, spins around, takes out this creature, and the creature goes tumbling in the back, and you just hear this loud screeching and like pounding sound. And I do actually have this sound, but I can't play it for you all. I'm so sad. And the creature goes like flinging down and toppling onto the ground with like tumbling up behind us, and it looks like the boxcar lands on top of it, and you just see the limbs kind of spread out. The creature itself is almost as big as that boxcar now. But when this vehicle tumbles over the top, it breaks your machine gun that was sticking out.
Oh, damn it! I think you were gonna.
You still have the machine gun, but it will need some repairs. So you'll
Okay.
have to spend like a barter or something like that to get a repair done for it.
Yeah, so it's like I duck in and I don't manage to pull it in time before clonk, it just gets like smushed against the
Yeah.
roof.
I think that makes the most sense. Like that's what happened, right? and you tuck yourself back in, and all the creatures on the horizon are gone, and now the darkness. All you hear is the rumbling of these vehicles as the sand kind of swishes underneath the tires, and all of you are just going as quickly as you can to try. You kind of see the convoy slowing down a bit now that they know that all the creatures behind them are done, and it's kind of something that like everyone's just doing because they're trying to conserve gas as well.
Mhm.
And it just quietness, other than the rumbling of these vehicles and the lights that you see from the headlights. And at this point is when Alloy, you come back to fruition, like you're back to fruition, back to consciousness.
And I immediately take a painkiller. I lay there breathing.
Oh, are you taking your last angel kit?
She's not going to heal from it, but
Okay, this is just
if the
Just
other
like a
thing is
narrative thing.
screaming
Narrative.
pain, it's just not screaming
Yeah,
pain.
it's narrative. Okay, yeah, you are in excruciating pain. It is
Yeah.
horrendous.
So trying to fix that a little bit so I can at least like function and think, because that's the last thing I need. Trauma plus this.
Well, I'll take care of. I'll give you some more trauma. It's fine.
Yeah, for sure. This is how we do. So she looks around. I want to find the head. The head is the key to this.
Okay, well, you shout. Where's the like? Do you shout like,
Yeah.
"Where's the head?"
Yeah.
Rex, you know exactly where it is.
Or I
It's
just
at the
say,
bottom
"Where
of your
is it?"
feet, staring at you.
I'm like, oh, you're alive. Okay. Gonna find the head in the footwell and hand it over. You can
Okay.
see that Rex is like he's got a big gash down one side that he's just kind of holding on to, and he's trying to reload his pistol with one hand.
Is he super messed up?
No, he's okay,
He's
but
not
he's
super
a
messed
bit
up,
of a
but
mess.
he is harmed.
He's not super messed up, but he is.
He's at
But he is harmed.
he's at 6 o'clock, so he will recover of his own accord eventually.
Okay. I gotta do my triumph moment, which is climbing on top of the car with the head,
All right.
and doing the everyone can see that I am now.
Do you tell Phoenix to like drive the car up to the front of the convoy or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're all kind of slowing down, just like a little bit to.
I think Phoenix is definitely like, I don't want to speak for her, but I know that, or for them, but I know that they were feeling a bit uncomfortable with what just happened. So I think they reluctantly do so, but only because of the circumstance that they're in right now. But I think there's definitely like a weird tension that you've never had there before.
Yeah.
And
they're very
as we discussed in our after show. So
yeah, Alloy doesn't see it. Alloy is living for one thing right now, which is just proving that she killed the warlord, which is supposed to settle down this whole argument. But then there's also a lot else going on. So she jumps up there and she's got the head and she's trying to prove it to everybody, just like, hello. She doesn't know what's gonna happen after that.
I think all the other vehicles, so we have the Mustang like zooming up to the front. They're all kind of watching, and then you stand up from the sunroof holding this head, and all the vehicles start slowing down more. And then Phoenix's vehicle is in the front, and they kind of slow down with them. And then I think everything just slows down to the point where like you're all stopped now, and they are just watching. And it's kind of a standstill. They don't know what to do. And Phoenix is like, should I stop? And I guess you decide to stop too. And so you all are there. You have a moment.
Should we? Do you think we should stop? I think we should stop if they're slowing down and everything.
Yeah, well, we can stop, and if they try to kill us, we can quickly hightail it out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rex definitely turns to Bluefin like, should she be standing right now?
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't question
holding on
it.
to the turret.
Bluefin, you don't know how she's standing. Like, she should
I
not
am.
be, but she somehow is like willing her way through this.
All of your blood is currently in the footwell. This isn't how this works.
Alloy's, she's
sheer
bloody.
bastard.
It's not a good situation.
Yeah. If we pull to a stop and everyone's around, I know the word for stop that.
You do, yeah. Or what you think means stop, right? Like, or
Yeah.
or be quiet.
Yeah, be quiet. Yeah, right, that's it. It's be quiet.
That's what you think it means. I know what it actually means, but it's great.
Yeah. Oh.
Because like their language doesn't translate perfectly, right?
Yeah,
So
it's not like that.
yeah,
I
but it will make them
remember-
be quiet.
Yeah. I can't decide if I want to like own a war band or not.
Well, that would change your playbook a bit. We had that discussion.
Yeah, which I super don't, and I don't want to.
And that's okay. You don't have to.
I'm gonna tell them the be quiet thing. So
Okay.
I sit here with the head, and I hold it at my side, and I'm dying. Well, I guess I'm not now. I'm just.
I think at first, like they're all clicking and clacking, right? And then you say that and hold up the head, and silence falls upon them.
Everyone shuts up.
And Bluefin and Rex, you're all seeing this happen.
I'm gonna ask. Who do I want to ask to do this? Rex might not be able to identify them. So Bluefin, I'm gonna look at her.
Look at you back.
And say, find the kidnapped people. You know, find
the slaves.
find the prisoners.
Okay.
They weren't kidnapped. They were paid for, but
okay, but
they're
but
definitely
still, they're
slaves.
prisoners.
At some point, they were kidnapped.
I don't like the word slaves, so I'm going to use prisoners.
Yeah, you can totally use prisoners.
I'm just gonna
I'm
go
gonna-
subtle.
Help the prisoners.
I like to call them. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
So-
you walk forward if you choose to do that.
I guess I pop out over the top as well, or
You
through
can go out the
window.
door. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
there are doors in the vehicle.
So I'll get out and just
The group of them, there's about 8 of them, are in the back of the truck. There's
oh,
no
they're
way.
in the back of like a truck, like an open bed.
Yeah, it's like a short bed truck, and
Okay.
there's no way you're gonna be able to fit them all into the Mustang.
No.
Nope.
But
Um,
you know, maybe Alloy doesn't realize that in the moment she's high and dying, and she's telling you go get them.
I might
right?
try and just take the truck. I don't really know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Could do that.
It's too bad Kira's not here.
I know.
This
This
would be a
is-
point where I could talk with
This
Phoenix
whole
about-
scene is very much a driver scene. I put this here for
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the other car and everything.
yeah.
So I guess I
I'm-
located them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I nod and I point to that truck and I say, be quiet again.
Okay.
And I point to everyone else. And I can't. No, I keep my crown. I still have my crown.
Okay.
Okay, that's my thing. But his head I throw into the audience and then I just say, like, away.
Yeah, you like motion them away, and the head rolls forward, and part of the head just kind of like plopples off of it, and they all look around and they're confused. Bluefin, you're gonna walk towards the truck. Is that what you're gonna
Yeah.
do to try it? Like, I think they get out of the vehicle. You're
All of
able
the.
out of the truck. So now you have a truck.
But what about the prisoners?
They're in the truck. They're in the bed
Okay.
of the truck.
I don't think they can get out.
But you can talk to them before you go in if you'd like. They
Can I communicate to them?
yeah, they're not these creatures. These creatures are like humanoid looking, but they're pale skin and they have like white eyes and they look a little crazy. The people inside of the truck bed are just they're just normal looking people. Like
Oh yeah.
they're just
I'm
wearing
trying to-
very thin cloth, and
Yeah.
some of them
Happening?
they look healthier than they were before, but you don't know that. They still
Okay.
look not so great.
Yeah. I want. There's no way for me to communicate with the
The driver.
the driver or the.
There's
Who
a
are
driver.
they?
Yeah, there's a driver and there's a person in the side of the
Yeah.
the side seat, but they're getting out right now. But you could
Okay.
talk. You could try to talk to them. They just mostly it looks like what they do is clicking. They're making clicking and clacking noises, and Alloy clicked and clacked at them, and they
I
are
guess
listening.
yeah.
to
I don't
her.
know how to communicate to them, so I shout over back to Alloy. Hey, is there any way you can tell them to drop their gear and their weapons?
She looks at you like
Alloy is like half drunk,
you could.
like on a turret, like I don't know nothing.
The adrenaline's
Damn
wearing
it.
off now.
You
Uh,
could, if you would
I-
like.
I'm like, Tex, go get some stuff you like.
Yeah.
I think you meant
so-
Rex.
Can I
You called him
just, can I
Tex.
just loot things?
Sorry, I call him Tex all the time.
I
Yeah,
thought that
Rex.
was yeah.
Maybe that's what she does because she's like super messed up. Tex,
Yeah. What's your name? Text. Go to the thing.
go do that. Go shopping, buddy.
There you go.
Rex is gonna head out and start looting the trucks.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
cool.
a little
We can just.
bit, just a little, because we need food,
Okay.
and we're gonna
All
have
right.
some slave friends soon. So
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. Okay. So the first things first. Bluefin, you can totally try to manipulate them into giving you the weapon. So
I want to find like a whole car full of them to just drop all their gear, or to give it, or we just take it. I
okay.
don't know how to go about that.
Well, there is a role that you could do, so you can
Okay.
bluff, talk fast, or lie to someone. So you're gonna try to like manipulate them in a way. You're clearly not exchanging things here, so you can't use a barter or something of that sort.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a hot roll.
Okay.
yeah,
Hat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it one of your highlighted stats?
Nope.
Oh,
It is my worst.
I thought that's why you
stats.
got excited, but it's because it's the worst stat that you got excited.
Oh shite. All right, here we go. Oh, what? Partial success.
Partial success with on a 7 to 9. They'll
All
go
right.
along with you, but they'll need concrete assurance, collaboration, or evidence first. So
keep them.
How about the head?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it's on the ground right now, so you can give
you
them
go and
I-
pick
I
up the
grab-
head. Yeah.
Can I grab the head? Oh God, this is so brutal. I want to grab the head and just like heft it up and look at them, point at their gear, and just like point at the ground. I want to communicate to them
Like
that
this will be.
they
I'm
drop
assuring
their
you. If you
gear.
yeah.
Are you
Or
going to
that.
take everything that they have? They're going to be a bunch of naked people. You guys are
Yeah.
worse than I am, and I killed their leader.
Yeah, I want their gear to go to the prisoners.
Okay,
Okay.
that
So
sort of.
that's the intention here, and I'm
Okay.
so I just kind of like try to threaten them with the head, like
They drop their weapons, and then you kind of look at them like you want their armor, but I think they don't take off their armor. I think they drop their
Okay.
weapons though.
Do they
but
drop any sort of like food and any water stuff too? Or
We'll outside of this, I'll explain how much you get
Okay.
from it afterwards.
We
But
don't like starving anymore.
narratively,
Yeah.
narratively, you're gonna grab some of their gear.
okay.
Then, the next thing is Rex. You are trying to also take some of their stuff. How are you going about taking their stuff? Or do you just go pick up the stuff that Bluefin had them drop?
No, I'll let them do the swap over thing. Right now, uncharacteristically, Rex's priority is food.
Okay, so you're
Medical
scavenging.
supplies as well. So he's
Okay.
he's gonna find like there's probably like a supply truck that's got like
Hell yeah!
Smart.
that's focused on food and medical storage, and he's gonna go
Okay.
loot that.
All
I'm
right.
like, good job, buddy.
Go.
There's obviously someone there. So, would you like to manipulate them into giving it to you, or would you like to go aggro and kind of like intimidate them?
I think it's gotta be go aggro.
Okay, let's roll that then. That's a hard.
Okay,
And plus, they'll
14.
you can force your hand and suck it up, or cave and they do what you want.
This is their choice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I get to choose. Yeah, they back away. They let you take it all. And I think for a moment, there's this moment where they're all kind of looking at Alloy's character, unsure, and they're all being very quiet because the last thing that you told them to do was like, stop. And in your mind, you're thinking that's what they're saying. So they kind of all just watching you, and like they're watching every time the head moves. So when Bluefin holds it up in the air, they're all looking, and they look down. One of them goes in the back and grabs the staff, and then there's this like battle that happens. Like, I don't know if you guys want to get involved or you just let them do it, but they all start kind of like attacking each other and trying to like. One person takes the staff and then the other and knocks the other person, and another person grabs that person, and they're all fighting over this staff. And Bluefin's, you're still holding the head, but but you're able to like pick up the weapons, you hand them to
Yeah.
these people, and then basically what
Do I
happens by the end of
A
it.
favorite mutant? Do I have like one of those ones that might have been like there was one that I really liked who was a total mess.
The one that was with you in the back seat.
Yeah, who was like laughing in that stuff.
Oh yeah,
Is
they're
he part of
crazy.
the
They're a
group?
little cuckoo. Yes, they're
Uh,
probably the one that went and grabbed the staff actually, because they were
Okay,
like they were the
yeah,
closest to them.
I kind of jumped down and like go to kind of push everyone else away a little bit.
Okay, that's
I
gonna be
want him to get it.
that's gonna be a go aggro, like intimidate them to back off.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
So that is a hard.
Hard, correct.
This isn't gonna go so hot for me, is it? Just kidding.
Explain.
I have magic digital feet.
They're gonna move away as they actually. I feel like when you come closer, they all kind of go away, and then they actually throw the staff to you.
Okay. I carry it for a little bit. I'm like, sweet. So I hold on to it for a little bit
Oh, okay, right.
because we're not done looting yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happens at the end of this is, Rex, you are able to find 4 barter worth
I
of
think
loot.
there's a moment while he's
Nice.
doing the looting when the scuffle breaks out over the staff. He's just like he's busy rooting through stuff, and then he sees through like a grimy window in this truck, like this fight over the staff happen, and you just see he just kind of sighs and looks sad. See, like he recognizes this sight.
Oh yeah, you have
And
like
he kind of like looks
PTSD.
down and tries to pretend he doesn't see it and carries on looting.
Yeah, that moment when like your leader dies and who wants to take over, right? Um, yeah, and you have that kind of flashback, and like I think you actually have a moment where you flash back to what happened to you. I don't know if you want to describe that at all. I feel like that is pretty epic moment for you.
He flashes back to moments he's in like this actually quite kind of clean and fancy looking room, and it's got like bright colors and things, the kind of colors you don't normally find in the wilderness because everything's covered in dust, but like this has all been cleaned, but the floor is running with blood, and they're like him and others are kind of squabbling amongst each other. Squabbling is too light a word, but I can't think. Brawling, I guess.
Yeah,
Like there's knives being drawn and that kind of thing over a body.
there you go. And then you just shake your head and try to push that memory back in the back of your mind, and you go grabbing things. You take about 4 barter worth of items, so go ahead and mark that on your sheet.
Nice.
Just on Rex's sheet. Bluefin, you're able to gather all that gear, give it to these people, and
Yeah.
you take the truck. Are you going to drive the truck?
Sure.
Okay. Driving
I'll
a
drive
car is going to be cool, so just a reminder of that's the stat that you would use when you're driving a
Okay,
vehicle,
so
for the
for-
most part.
Okay. I definitely am not as knowledgeable about car driving as anyone else. So
Rex could do that if you would prefer.
yeah, I feel like Rex would know more than Bluefin for sure.
And maybe that's the case. So, Rex, you take the truck. Now you all have a truck in your convoy as well. I will give you the stats for the truck and all of that during our break. But I will probably put that on Rex's sheet then. Oh, I don't know how to do that because I might have to make another driver
Because
sheet.
the driver has a slot for
Yeah.
a car, but otherwise.
I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just give you another driver sheet that is the vehicle sheet. And then I think that is that. You have the vehicle, you have that. Alloy, what would you like to do with this staff? Are you like, they look like they're just like watching you. And Bluefin,
Yeah.
do you ever put down the head? Or are you still carrying it around?
I yell at her to keep it. I say put it in the truck. Because if I can keep the head, I will.
You
Because
can.
it would be fun for me.
It will get
and
smelly
then-
after a while, but yeah.
It's fine. I know how to deal with that too. Is there perchance like any heal kits that we found? Are there any angel supplies
Yeah.
anywhere in there? I have one. This is crappy. Okay.
I think you can trade barter
But
for.
yeah, you
medkits,
can
so
you can
for
trade
later
you could
on.
do some of
Yeah.
that.
I have a hookup. We're
Keep
just
it-
in the middle of a desert with
Yeah.
angry
Keep
people.
in mind there was a reason they brought you.
That's
with
fair.
them,
and I
right?
had
Like
to-
you were the person who brought the
Yeah.
kits, brought the healing aspect.
It just sucks. Okay, we're all done looting, and when I kind of make contact with everybody, and I give Phoenix the okay, and we're all kind of set, I hobble my ass over, and I give the staff to, or I hold it out like this to Mondo Bonkers Man, who
Yeah.
I super have a crush on.
Yeah.
And I hold it like this, and I take his hand and I put it on top, and then I look him in the face,
Yeah.
and I say, "Go!" Like,
He
and I just point. Like,
he nods and he holds
that's the point. Right?
he holds
Get
up the staff and he makes some clacking noise, and then they all clack as well. And there's one of them that kind of goes over to where Bluefin has the hat or has the head and is like pointing at the. They want the headdress.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, all right.
You give them the headdress then, Bluefin?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was holding the head.
You are, but the headdress is on the head.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I look over to Alloy like, should I do this?
Yeah. If they come over to me though, they're gonna get smacked real bad.
I take it and I just throw it at the ground by their feet.
They scamper to go get it and they grab it, and then they like move their way over and they put this headdress on top of this guy, and then like they're all just like cheering and clacking, and then they all raise their hands up and then raise their hands down and then raise their hands up and raise their hands down.
I'm doing it too.
Yeah, and you're doing it too. And Rex is like, I don't want to be part of this. Opens up the truck door.
I think yeah, as like once this is over and they turn to leave, they see Rex is like in the window. He's in the truck, and through the window you just see like he looks away and shakes his head.
Actually, while they're celebrating, do I have time to kind of go around to some of the like head honcho's cars and use my blade to just slice the tires?
You could. I
I
think
kind
that
of want to just do that. Like I just do like the front.
you're gonna strand
like,
these
left,
people out in the desert.
Just a few of them. I want to get rid of some of their cars because they're slavers.
There's only 2 vehicles left. That's it. There's these 2
really?
Jeeps. There's just 2 Jeeps. There's a truck, 2
I thought it
Jeeps,
was a whole
and then
caravan, sorry.
the vehicle.
We flipped one of the trucks,
yeah.
and we stole the
Oh,
other.
I thought it was still like I thought it was like a big fleet, and I just wanted to get
No.
rid of some of the like
It was
the best vehicles.
it was just a little convoy.
Bluefin
vehicle.
is wilding here.
No,
Oh, you're
I
slave?
don't
You
like.
You imprison people? Is that what you do? Gonna stab your tires?
This is why I just like to preface. I was like, are you sure you want to do this thing?
Okay, I don't. Now that I know it's just 2 vehicles. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I just looked at them in disgust.
And
We
you
have
took all their
broken it.
weapons. You took all their gear.
Okay.
You're good to go on that front.
Did I find any barter from that for myself or?
You got the weapons and gear for the people. That's
Yeah.
what you got. Yeah,
Okay.
No barter. Sorry.
All right.
But Rex did find 4 barter that
So we're eating good tonight.
he can disperse to other people if he wants, or he can be selfish.
If you'd like.
Oh, he will.
And he's got
My
debts
half
to
dead ass
pay,
gonna get him.
so
he also owes people, so
yeah.
beyond that, is there anything else you all would like to do?
Not really. I want to wave as they go. I want to see my caravan leave.
Yeah.
Those other
Rex
folks.
Rex will brood a bit as we send them off. Pack up to go.
They
So
pile
am I.
on
I'm kind of sad.
they pile on top of this Jeep or these 2 Jeeps. And the one he kind of like holds up the staff and he's on the back end of the Jeep kind of like holding on to like one of like the like Jeeps have like the bars.
Yeah,
Like holding onto that and holding the staff up and kind of
Oh, the
like
roll
raising
bar.
it up and down and like waving at you. And you see them drive off. How do you want to split up the group here? Who wants to be in the truck and who wants to be in the Mustang?
I definitely still don't feel 100% comfortable with Alloy. Like Bluefin is still like we just had that really intense moment.
Yeah, let's
and
totally
I
not
feel
talk
like-
about this awkward situation. Let's just prolong the tension even more. That sounds like a
Yeah.
great and
I
She
think
does want to
great
talk
episode.
about it. She wants to talk about it, but she also feels like there should be some space for like herself and also Alloy to just kind of like settle, let the dust
Yeah.
settle. But she definitely intends to discuss that, but she also wants to talk to the prisoners and ask them about how they're doing and like tend to them.
Okay, do you go into the
See what
back
they're
of the
like.
truck, or do you sit with Rex?
I mean, I'm sitting in the passenger side.
You can still slide
and
over
just,
the
like,
window and talk to them.
Is there even a back window left in this vehicle?
Yeah, it's probably not there. You're right.
Yeah, I just kind of turn around to the back and just like that's how I communicate with them.
Yeah, so we have Bluefin and Rex get into the truck with the people. Alloy, what would you like to do?
Can I also get into the prisoner's truck?
Yeah, you can get into the bed, into the
If
back
anything,
bed.
I have a lot to explain to those folks. Right? Like, they've spoken my language. I have not hurt them, but I have not helped, and then mess happens. So I have to be like, all right, I'm gonna level with you.
Also, you took 2 of them and they did not return. Or you took one of them and one of them did not return, and then the other one came back. And the other one remembers what happens because they were not knocked out or anything like that. They had a blood transfusion and watched this whole thing happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. My answer to that is, do you like being free? Is this a problem for you?
I'm just painting a picture of what this person saw and maybe shared with the other prisoners.
I'm okay with that. I don't expect them to be friends. I just have to explain, like, so you're free now.
Perfect.
Good job.
So the 3 of you are all in this truck. Phoenix is going to drive the car off to the side, which works perfectly because Kira's not here right now. And we are going to take our break before we come back to everyone decompressing from the chaos that just happened. I hope you all had fun, and if you're enjoying the show, be sure to support us over on patreon.com/rollforit. That's how we are able to pay all these wonderful people and keep our shows rolling. We do have a new show coming in June as well, which will be a 3rd show. Right here, it will be on Thursdays, so we will have shows Thursdays, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're looking for more content as you're chilling at home, we have tons of it. And also, you can always go back on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/rollforit. We have tons of stuff over there. We'll be back after a short break, probably about like 8 minutes, so everyone can get up, go to the bathroom, get something to drink, get a little stretching in, and we'll return with the chaos that is this. So thank you all so much. We shall return shortly.
I'm waiting for
everyone, welcome back to Dawn of the Others. We've got music working again. This was the music that was supposed to be playing during that scene. I'm so sad. I had music prepared and like all these things. It didn't work out. It's okay, we're all good now. But we are back for part 2 of Dawn of the Others, episode 4. We hope that you had a nice little break. Or, no, I think now we're at the decompression stage of all the chaos that ensued. So we have the scene, I'm going to just paint it for you, of Phoenix driving the Mustang side by side with this truck. It has a small bed. In the truck is Rex driving. I have Bluefin sitting next to Rex, and Alloy has hopped into the back where there are 8 other. Are no longer chained up or anything like that. They're wearing whatever gear, and they have weapons that Bluefin has handed them. So we have this little small tiny convoy driving the dusty night, keeping their quiet. I think at some point you will have to camp out. Otherwise, if you want to drive through the night, you all can do that. But again, there are repercussions.
I was thinking we would camp.
Yeah, me too.
In place, so we can
get enough of a distance from the convoy that we leave to make sure they can't just come across us later and steal all the stuff back.
Yeah.
My question for you all is, where are you headed?
Good question.
Oh,
maybe that's something we can discuss.
Yeah, you can totally.
We're still
we
kind
will
of
pan
deciding.
into, like, either do you want to have a discussion before you get into the vehicles, or do you want this discussion to be something that
As we're camping out,
Yeah, as we're
Fireside.
resting.
chill out.
yeah, you the first part of the driving is just to get away from people, right? To get out, to get away from the scene that just happened with all those gross bodies everywhere of those creatures, and you make your way to, far enough away that you're able to find a little desert area. Put the 2 cars up one side.
So, what happened?
Well,
You're asking them what happened. They're like, what happened?
Because I don't know what happened when they were gone.
I know. They don't know what happened here.
oh, yeah,
They pretty much saw the most of it.
so
We just
we
saved a bunch of slave people.
traveled with that Eaton fellow from the Black Sun League into their encampment, their stronghold, which was basically a commune.
Huh.
We knew something was wrong there. Something was up, but we couldn't quite put our finger on it.
And?
And sorry, I was looking at Margaret. Like, what are her reactions? Like, oh man, what should I say?
No, I'm into it. Like,
And well, we dug a little deeper. Rex found a book.
a book.
It was,
Actually, for Rex, that's really cool. Good job, Rex.
yeah. And chime in anytime you'd want, Rex.
Yeah.
There's a lot that happens.
Rex isn't making eye contact with anyone right now. He's just kind of listening and looking at the campfire.
Rex, I kind of get closer to Alloy, like out of earshot of Rex. Rex discovered his parents as well. They were there, but they were completely pacified with the odd way of being there. There was this priest guy named Gregory, or not a priest. There was this sort of leader, sort of
You could call him a pastor, like a pastor.
yeah, like a pastor, like man there. I looked into the minds of some of the guards, and all I could garner was something to do with mutants attacking. Mutants have brought them great sorrow, and it seems like they're seeking redemption through the Black Suns League, through that encampment. We couldn't find out exactly what was off about the place, but we could feel it. So
Are you sure you weren't just paranoid that you found a cool spot and couldn't get over that?
well, perhaps you're right, Alloy. Perhaps there's nothing wrong. The little girl reunited with her father.
Oh, good. Is she still dying?
She is still sick, so we should probably try to. We need to help her.
Who's we?
All of us. Maybe on our way back. What do you think?
She's cagey. She starts paying attention to Rex a little bit. Rex is just quiet, being quiet boy.
Yeah, what's Rex doing?
He bite, he lip.
Probably fidgeting with the guns. He's probably got like the machine gun. He's trying to make it work, and it's not working.
Yeah.
But he's not really getting. He's not making any progress. He's just kind of messing with bits and not really
You
achieving.
can spend
anything.
a barter. Fix it.
We need that to eat, fella.
Nah, he doesn't. He's just repeatedly doing the same irrelevant motions with it.
Are you sure? Not easy.
I need food. I'm so hungry.
You know, asking.
Can I idly heal myself back up to a 6 with my last stock?
With your last stock, yes.
Yeah.
You can heal yourself because where are you at right now?
I'm at a 9, and so I'm not going to get better over time.
Correct. If you
So I
use
wanna
the
go up
if you
to a
use
6 when I
the last angel kit, you go to, and then you'll heal over
This
time.
Super blows, but I'm going to do
Yeah.
it.
And I think
because-
for Rex, you will during this camp, you will go down to a 3.
Right.
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
I'm not going to heal anybody up if
Yeah, because once you
Okay.
get past 6, then you're untenable and
yeah.
there are effects.
And I
that-
wasn't going to get better. Like I was just
Yeah.
going to stay hobbling around in extreme pain. So
Yeah.
I'm finally stitching myself up, but I'm paying some pretty good attention to Rex. I kind of want to see what's up.
Yeah.
First off, I think we should offload these prisoners. I think we should bring them somewhere. I don't know, get them set up with a life. I don't know. How do you do it, Bluefin?
Well,
She's not looking you in the eye.
I know I'm not looking her back in the eye either.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like looking
What
off
do you
into
think,
the distance.
Bluefin?
You do notice this,
No eye
Rex.
contact anywhere at this
you-
campfire.
Yeah, you do notice. Well, maybe you don't notice Rex because you're all caught up in your own stuff.
Yeah.
We're- Just
We
a
could take them
campfire
back.
of people who are not looking at each other.
We could, well, we could set them up with the vehicle, point them in the direction of the old parking structure hotel where we all originally gathered on this journey.
Yeah, you could send them to Emberville.
Or,
Town.
I don't know, if they're trained with the weapons, maybe they can kind of, in exchange for us freeing them, they can kind of help us out on our journey to wherever we're going next.
They don't like me.
Oh yeah, let's send them over back to the old gas
She
station.
says that like in
Yeah.
character. She's like, they don't like me. We're not exactly friends.
What happened?
Well, some people lived and some people died. It's a fact of life.
Were you brought in to save them? Why
Yeah,
would a
they
warlord want to save his prisoners?
Yeah, problem is that some people don't like the change off that happens there. That's fine though. Doesn't bother me any. But they're probably not going to want to stick around. But we could always ask them. I want to make room at the fire for these people.
Oh yeah, where are they?
Aggie, get
they
ready.
not
We
here?
got 7 people who are about to try to cover
Yeah,
you.
I think that they are kind of probably
They're
around.
not
There's probably multiple fires. Like maybe there's
Yeah.
another one. Maybe there's a couple that are like sleeping in the truck still. Maybe a couple are kind of like standing about walking because it's like they can walk freely, so they're just like walking around. There's probably like 3 that are grouped up. So that's kind of what's happening. So there's 2 in the bed that are sleeping, in the truck bed that are sleeping. There's 2 kind of walking together and talking, and then there's 3, 4 that are kind of sitting around maybe another fire.
Okay. Can
They're giving you all your privacy because there's 4 of you as well.
Yeah. Divide and conquer? Gonna go talk to them?
I'll talk to them since they don't like you. They don't feel
Oh, I'm
comfortable
gonna go
with
talk
you.
to them anyway.
You're gonna come? All right.
I think I'd rather split up and like talk to a different group.
Okay.
Okay.
Who are
I'll
you
talk to
looking?
one.
I'm gonna ask you first, Alloy, because you know these. You know at least one of these.
Yeah.
Who do you want to talk to? The people, that one, or who are you wanting to talk to exactly, or just any? Split y'all up.
Any whoever looks the most not afraid, because I know that these are people. They have emotions. If people are huddled up, I'm not going to go over and be like booga booga booga. But if there's people who like, there's a couple people who are meandering and walking around and stuff, I kind of want to chat with them. Who feel casual.
I think
about
they're
this.
the ones who are the most uncomfortable. It looks like.
Oh really?
Yeah, it looks like one of the people that's in that group of two that are walking is the person who you used to transfuse the blood.
Okay.
So that person is walking with another person, and they're kind of walking around the perimeter, and then the other four are kind of more comfortable. Like they look content, right? Like they're like, this is probably the best situation they've been in a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they've been cold at night because there's been no fire for them. They weren't privy to that.
No fire. They have freedom. They have gear
they have
now.
Food. Yeah, you've been supplying enough food.
I'll go talk to them.
Bluefin was able to scrounge up enough food to feed all these people. This is a lot of people. You're pretty much a gang at this point.
Yeah. I'll go talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're gonna go up the fire, and then Bluefin, you'll go talk to the two that are wandering then.
Yeah, I'll talk to them.
Okay, Rex, what are you planning to do so I can move around?
Are there some more of them, or I don't know if Rex
there are
wants
two
to
that
talk
are
to them anyway though. Rex isn't gonna wake anyone up. I think he just kind of hangs around at the fire. Maybe watches from a distance the conversations.
All right, maybe we can get a little Rex monologue then. Let's first go to Bluefin. Bluefin, you're gonna walk over to these two people who are walking. One of them is kind of like has their arm around the other, and they're talking to them. And it looks like they're trying to calm them down. And as they see you walking towards them, they both hush. One of them like whispers. And they look to you.
How are you feeling? How are you all? Are you okay? I know you must have been through so much.
The one that was being consoled doesn't say anything. They kind of actually look down and to the right, and the other looks at the person who looks uncomfortable and kind of just like squeezes their like arm a little bit and looks to you and says, "No, we're not fucking all right." Does it look like we're all right?
Of course you're not all right. I'm asking if you're okay. You're healthy. You're not harmed.
Some of us, maybe. They didn't fucking feed us. They just...
You're out of there now. You are no longer going to experience that reality. You're free now.
Maybe now. What are we gonna do?
How many of you know how to use those arms? The weapons?
As good as
Many of you have
anybody.
training.
Training? Who actually has training? I'm sorry.
Do you mind?
Just we've been through a lot of shit.
I know.
We're
I
thankful.
understand.
We're thankful for what you've done.
It's okay. It's okay.
Kind of. They kind of side eye over to the camp and then back at you.
I'm under the understanding that there was definitely some bad things that happened there. I just wanted to know what happened to your group. Were you a caravan? Did you settle somewhere? You don't have to tell me the exact details. I just want to know what happened to you. Where you're all from. What do you know about this area? We're traversing through it right now, and any sort of information would help us all.
We're all from all over.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter from where we came. Where we came, those places don't exist anymore.
Well, if you do have any memory of other places around this area, please tell us so we know where to go, or if there's any places we could leave you at, or if you'd like to go, get dropped off somewhere. Somewhere safe.
Somewhere safe? Who the fuck are you people?
We know a few
Where do you
places.
come from that there's somewhere safe? There's nowhere safe. Might as well just
No.
fucking kill us all.
If we were gonna do that, we'd have done that a long time ago. We're
Yeah.
here to help you.
Well,
Give you weapons, give you some food and water, set you on your way. We just want to know if you would like to go anywhere, and if you know any places around here.
I mean... the person off to the side kind of mumbles a word, or a couple words. And the other person's like, it doesn't exist. It's just a fucking myth.
What are you talking about?
Paradise Falls.
Paradise Falls. Huh. I've heard of that place. I heard just as much doubt about its existence.
Our people talk about it a lot. People like us.
Paradise Falls. What do you know about this place? What do they say that it's like? What is there?
The other person
Where is it?
speaks up and is like, they say that it's a place where everyone's happy. That life is just different, like it used to be. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about that place. That there's trees there, that there's
Trees.
food,
Trees.
livestock. Like, who has seen a cow in forever? It's all a myth.
Can
I don't even think
can
I even remember what a cow looks like. Do they have wings? I don't
can
know.
Rex hear this conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can,
Can you?
probably. They're hushedly talking, but you can hear in the distance a little bit.
I think Rex will call over to them and say, "It's not real. Anything that sounds too good to be true is."
Lufin, you hear that. Alloy, you hear that too. Everyone kind of like turns and looks to Rex, I think, at that point. That's what I said. The other person says to you, the one that thinks it's all a myth.
There's definitely truth in it's too good to be true. Probably isn't. I understand that. I think we all do. And I just kind of like look back at that necklace that I have in my hand that
Yep.
Adrian gave me, just kind of pondering it. Paradise Falls. Well,
Yeah, well, that's, like I said, a myth. Something people talk about. I don't expect you all to take us there anyway. Just, I don't know. Take us to the nearest city. We'll figure out our lives from there. I mean, we don't all know each other.
all right. Well,
But
we'll find a place to leave you that's safe. We do know a few, sort of. I just kind of like look over at Rex, like thinking about that paradise, not paradise, but that safe place.
Yeah. That Black Sun League headquarters, that place, the prison.
Yeah. Well, I guess for now, let's just stick together until we can find a safe-ish, as safe as possible place for you to stay.
Thanks. I'm sorry, I'm just upset.
Don't apologize. You've been through hell. You've seen some horrible things. You don't have to apologize for that. I understand.
Yeah. They look at you like they've definitely seen some shit.
All right. I guess I go walk back to the fire where Rex is at, and I want to like
Before you
really...
walk away, I think they say to you, so you're not like them, right?
Like who?
Whatever those people were.
Those creatures that
The
took
ones
you?
that bought us.
No, we're not. I'd like to think that none of us are low-life scum like that.
That's not what I meant. And they both just start walking away again.
Huh.
You can read into that. You can ask them what that means. Or you can just walk away. That's fine.
What do you mean by that?
They stop. their backs to you. And one of them says, "Don't tell her."
Would you care to share what you meant by that?
The one that's been sassy to you turns around and says, "They were eating us, okay? We're food."
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't do that. We don't eat people.
Well, they did.
Oh, so sorry. Oh, God. Just get some rest.
I don't think I'll be sleeping. They turn around and they keep walking with the other one.
So I turn around and just go back to the fire for Rex. Wow.
You just sit
Thanks.
you just sit down next to Rex. Wow, that was a lot to unpack. We're gonna switch over to Alloy, or to Alloy, and then you and Rex can have a moment together. I think.
Yeah.
We might do a little monologue of what Rex is thinking while the other conversation is happening. Alloy, you meander over to this group of 4 people who are sitting around the camp. Go for it.
Yeah. She just sits down.
They
And,
they scooch over and make room for you.
yeah. She goes, where do you want to go next? Drop you off somewhere? You can join us, I guess. We're not exactly reliable.
To be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, me either. How we all feeling? Did anyone get hurt?
One of them kind of like motions at their like arm. The other kind of like shows a sore that's on their foot, like pretty gross. And you've been treating these people for a while,
Yeah,
so
so I know.
you've known. And the other one kind of shows you a blister that was around their arm where the chain was a little bit.
Yeah. Can I
Yeah.
without using anything? Just
You can
kind of
tend to them while you're talking. So like
Yeah.
these conversations are happening while you're like tending to them, and you've already been healing them throughout the session, or throughout the period of time that you've been with them all. So they kind of know that you're there as like you're some semblance of like an angel or something of that sort.
Yeah, something like that. And I finally get to actually talk with them, which is pretty cool. So I'm sure that seems a little strange because
Yeah,
before
because
I've just
before
been
you were
like,
silent.
arms,
Yeah.
do this, breathe in, thank you. No, I can't even say thank you, like that kind of stuff. But now I'm super level with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm giving them a little bit of treatment advice too. So it's like, can you use that gun to actually become a crutch? That'll help you actually quite a bit. Like little things like that to kind of that I wasn't able to say before. Just here's an idea. Keep compressions on this late at night. If it starts to hurt, just hold like this, and kind of doing that. It's like, well, I think the consensus so far is that we just drop you off at the next populated area, and y'all go about your business. I know that seems extreme, but it's not like we can offer a life here. There's nothing to offer. Your freedom
One
is
of them
all we
nods
got.
at you. They all kind of like nod in unison, not like simultaneously or anything, but like just like in agreement. And one of them, actually a couple of them, probably say thank you in varying different ways. They're just grateful. They're like, yeah, maybe we can find work.
I would kind of suggest sticking together. You all have a shared experience, and you're all up shit creek without a paddle. I think it packages well. I think when you go somewhere and there's 8 able bodies who can look after each other in as much as anything else, just try and stay as gathered as you can.
I don't know, not everyone's into that. I mean, he kind of like looks over and you see the 2 that are wandering and the other 2 that are sleeping in
He
the.
looks them off. I said as you can.
Oh yeah.
Some people will splinter. Try to stick together as a group as best you can. That's just advice, though. What the hell do I know? I've never been together with anything before these bozos. And you saw what happened last time I joined a club, so
Are they your friends?
it's a good question.
I love that.
I don't know what they are.
Well,
Can you have friends here? Nah. No. Wrong thing to say.
I don't know. Might be the
if I
right
can.
question to ask.
Yeah. I don't know if I can. You know the nature of what I do, how I do it. I don't think it lends itself to friendship very well. Except for
Yeah.
Rex. He's pretty cool.
They, that one over there points to the one, or kind of like motions their head over the two that are wandering, but you know which one they're talking about.
Yeah.
They mentioned what you did for that warlord.
I do what I gotta do.
But then, why did you kill him?
Because there's 8 of you and 1 of him. Are there 8? How many are there?
There are 8 of them, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It seemed like an easy trade the first time and an easy trade the second. I fucking died, but you know, you do what you gotta do.
You're not dead.
Are
sorry.
you arguing with a person who knows more about this than you do?
Right.
Right.
Cool.
Sorry, that was such a shutdown.
Whether you're their friends or not, we're thankful. We're thankful that they came here to help you.
Yeah. If they didn't show up, it would have gone differently. No offense meant.
Yeah.
You know that she's trying not to have an emotional moment.
Yeah, totally. She's like standoffish about it. They're not being actually emotional either. It's kind of almost like
Yeah.
this weird. It's like there's a
they
lot of
kinda
emotion
get it.
happening, but everyone's holding it inside.
Yeah. She's also trying not to like out herself as kind of caring but kind of not. There's a lot going on in here that
Oh,
she
yeah.
had to kind of figure out. That she didn't know what was happening until all of a sudden, you know, Phoenix's headlights drove up and then she decided to murder her husband. Like
Yeah.
and there's just a lot of complication there. So
You learned
things
their
could have gone really
language.
differently. And well, I'm just glad that you're all healing.
But you spoke like them.
Yeah, well, you learn a thing or two. I don't even know what I said. It sounded cool though. They shut up real quick.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, I guess with all the stabbing and stuff, that helps too.
none of us picked up anything, but makes sense, I guess.
They weren't talking around you.
They nod.
Does it feel good to speak again?
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
And a couple of them kind of like laugh. Feels good to laugh.
Well, I've got nothing to offer, but I just hope that you remember our faces in case we meet again.
Of course. If we can ever repay the favor, we will. Or at least I will. And a couple of the others nod that they would too. Or speak up a little bit.
If you're ever in a position to save my ass, I will expect it. she kind of leaves.
Nice. I like that. We're gonna pan over to first, Rex, you kind of like are listening in on Bluefin's conversation as she's walking around, and you kind of shout at her or shout at them, and then the group kind of disperse, and Bluefin walks your way and sits down next to you, and you two of you can have a little chat.
Rex has like rolled the broken machine gun off his lap because he's not getting anywhere with that.
You sure
When
you
you
don't
come
want to
back-
spend a barter to repair
No.
that machine gun?
We consume 4 barter a week. That's how much I got. I don't want to spend any on anything else.
You sure you don't want to fix that machine gun?
I'm sure. I've still
Okay.
got a pistol and a rifle and a knife. I can work it out. At some point we'll need the gun back, but we'll survive for the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, when you sit back down, Rex has pulled out an ornamental dagger that you've seen him hold before, and he's like drawing a circle in the ground with it over and over.
How are you faring, Rex?
We didn't do the right thing.
What do you mean?
We killed the leader, and then we just made another one.
I
Chose the
agree.
circle.
I agree. I wish we could have at least demolished all of them in some way. I don't think they all deserve to even exist. People like that. But what were we gonna do? Just waste more bullets on them? I mean, in time, the creatures will probably take them.
People can change, but they'll keep lying to themselves if they can.
Very true. Guess what we can do now is try and figure out what to do with these people and how to help them. Send them on their way. We can't be everybody's babysitter. I'm sure they're more than capable now that they have proper food and water and supplies. They'll find a place. But where do you think we should go? Everyone keeps talking about this Paradise Falls. How do we find it?
We don't. It's not real.
It has to be based in some sort of reality. It may not be exactly as people paint it out to be, but there must be something. She just kind of like looks at that pendant that Adrian gave her. You know, the child gave me this. I just kind of like, I hand it over to Rex.
Yeah, Rex, you see,
I'll take it.
looks like a little gold circle, and engraved in it is Paradise Falls. And then it's just on like a gold chain. Very simple.
Is that just... Then it's just that, just a circle with that engraved in it?
Mm-hmm. It looks like one of the many trinkets you have in your house.
I kind of turn it over, hand it back. It's a dream. It exists because people want it to. But there's no place.
You're probably right. But what else are we gonna do? Might as well just try and find something like that. Even if it's not exactly Paradise Falls, why don't we just go out and let's go make our own? Jeez, I don't know. I'm getting really sick of coming across these groups of monsters, taking control of others, hoarding them like items. Why don't we just go find our own damn paradise?
It's not that easy. Nothing grows. We just steal what little's left.
Can I walk up?
Yeah, if Rex and Bluefin don't want to have anything private, we
Oh, no,
conversed.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
then totally. You're welcome to.
I'll sit with him.
Yeah.
I heard a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And if there was paradise, people would have found it. It's kind of like we're in a wasteland and you're saying get over it. It's
They
not
probably
out
would have looted it.
Literal laughter. Yeah. What about this other place? Seemed like people there were happy. We can bring them there. Would they be happy for 8 new recruits of varying assholishness?
They're just gonna end up being mutant fodder. Any of the able-bodied ones, but the other ones, I guess they'll be safe there.
Do they want to
I
be
don't know.
safe or do they want to be happy?
I think more than anything, they just want to be free to make their own decisions. So,
I spoke. They were comfortable with me.
okay.
That's nice. They don't know what's next. Neither do I. We were very candid. They're making the best of a situation. We drop them off wherever.
Okay.
So, next place, we go off. Maybe one of them becomes, I don't know, famous or something, and then every time we go back to Embersville, whatever the name of it is,
Oh,
she does
Emery?
get it wrong. Anytime we go back there, we get, I don't know, free sausage or something.
Emberville could take them.
Yeah, I think they'd be best there. I mean, that's where we feel safest for the most part.
Is it? The way that you talk about this last place, it seems like you're just unaccustomed to comfort. It seems like you could have been happy there.
Well, like Rex mentioned earlier, and like how we all understand, when there's something too good to be true, it probably is. And that place, it can't just be. I don't know. I think it would be very distasteful to bring a group of people who were imprisoned into another enclosed space. As much as they preach freedom there, we should leave them at Emeryville. Or wherever. Is it called
Emberville.
Emeryville?
Emberville.
Embers. I don't know.
What's Emeryville?
Maggie, what's it called?
Emberville.
Emberville.
Emberville. I think we should leave them at Emberville for now. There's a bunch of open ends there, different paths they could take. If we take them to the safe commune that we had to be blindfolded to be taken to, I don't think they'd be feeling very free there.
Your call. I haven't been. But I think you're right. You would know better than I would.
I think we need to do that, yeah. You
We
should.
can tell them, and if they want, they can go. I'll warn them that I don't think it's all true.
Fair enough.
And if we ever visit again and they're gone, we know something happened. I don't think everyone who goes in there stays. It's got to be something like that.
Probably not. I'm gonna move and sit across from Rex, and I'm gonna tie a little bandage around his gun in a little bow.
Aw.
The machine gun.
As just like a stupid joke.
Yeah, that gets a little laugh from Rex.
We're gonna fix your little baby.
I like to see you
Are
try.
you sure you don't want to spend a barter to fix the machine gun?
No,
I'm
scared,
gonna wait
I'm
until people
scared
are
now.
shooting at us.
I've been starving for 2 weeks in a row. I need this food.
All right. Well,
Regardless, I want to go back. I have some debts that need to be repaid.
okay.
And I have some opportunity. I don't have any medicine. She starts to freak out.
We should head back then.
We have to go. I don't have my shit.
I gesture at like the truck with the presumably we've took the supplies, and I'm like, this isn't enough. We need more.
Let's head back to Emberville.
See what we find.
All right.
God, what if there's nothing there? No. I'm just
There's
accustomed
not
to thinking
much.
that way.
But people might need jobs doing.
We can figure sort something out there.
There's always something.
I'm
I'm
sure
gonna
we
head
need
off.
more fuel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Aloy's
Okay.
gonna go sleep.
All right.
Where do I sleep that isn't covered in blood? That doesn't really bother her that much, but it is sticky.
Yeah. I mean, there aren't really cleaning utensils that you all have had, so Phoenix's car is kind of gross. There's like weird goop that's like dried in there, and then there's dried blood. So it's there, but it's
Specifically, it's
Oof.
Alloy's blood that's on everything. As
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
and
well,
some of mine.
some of the
mine's in the
some
mine's
of
in the front
Rex's,
seat on the roof a bit.
Warlord.
the warlord, yeah, and
Oh,
then
God.
Yeah, he's
the
in the
weird
footwell, yeah.
creature also
Maybe
has.
Phoenix has just been cleaning the whole time. It's just like, this is the fucking end of the...
The entire car's covered in blood. And we're like, so that blood's mine, and that blood's yours, and that was the creature's blood.
Phoenix don't care.
She's just cleaning it. Oh god, they're gonna be so
The truck bed is pretty clean. There's 2 people sleeping in that already, and then
Yes.
someone could sleep in the truck, laid across the 2 front seats. You could just sleep outside.
I'm gonna sleep on the ground. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna cuddle up by the fire. Hope that no scorpions get me, mutant scorpions, whatever.
Bluefin and Rex, as Alloy goes to sleep, do the 2 of you stay up and chat longer, or do you want to chat with anybody else, or do you want to do anything in particular? Otherwise, we can move forward.
Bluefin just kind of sits, like rests by the fire, and she kind of just drifts into relaxation as much as she can. Just really thinking about that pendant.
Do you
She
want to do
wants
some
try
weird
and
stuff?
yeah, she's gonna just try and like open her mind to figure out what the meaning behind this pendant is and why Adrian was so adamant about me having it.
Rex, what do you want to do? Or are you just going to go to bed?
I think Rex wants to talk to Bluefin a bit more, actually.
Okay.
We'll start with that then.
This,
Yes.
Like, this can happen before or after.
And
Okay,
Bluefin, are you
before
wanting to do this pendant thing alone? Kind of like before you're sleeping?
As everyone's like asleep,
Okay.
I don't have to go off to like
You're
the
not trying to
cliff
hide it.
sides
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Rex and Bluefin, go ahead, have your conversation.
Once Alloy's wandered off.
Yeah, Alloy's asleep, laying off on the side. The air is really cold. It's very, very cold, and maybe some of you get a little bit of a shiver or like pull your cloak a little tighter to you as the wind kind of slowly kind of moves through the air, and the sky is just this dark, almost black sky at this point, but you can see like 3 shapes up in the distance that kind of look like moons or planets or something of that sort, off in the distance behind you all.
Oh, okay. Rex will look over at Alloy and say, "What happened in the car? You went all weird. You did the
Oh,
brain
God.
things."
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but for the first time when I delved into somebody's mind like that, I was physically transported, it felt physically transported into their memory, except this memory it felt so real and it was unlike anything I've ever seen, Rex. It
Hey,
was
you
nothing
didn't go
like-
anywhere. You were still in the back of the car.
I was still there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We were in this, God, Rex, I don't know. It was so clean. It felt so unnatural and just, oh God, unreal. There was a pod.
No pods. You
Oh, there's
only
no pods?
saw a clear. There's all just a white box. You were like in a white box with her.
Oh, it was just a white box. Okay, just
Yeah.
fine. I was in another, I don't even know, another plane of existence almost. And she was whole again. I mean, she was with her original body. She's whole now. It's just, this was before she stitched the other parts from other bodies to her. She was healed, it seems, so I don't understand. She was terrified. I just don't know what to make of it. We don't know where we were. Like, have you ever had a weird dream like that before, Rex? Have you ever seen anything like that? Just plain white walls. Have you ever had any dreams like that?
I dream of clean rooms sometimes, but I don't think it's the kind you're thinking of.
I just don't know what to make of it.
You did have a vision.
Me? Oh.
No, Rex.
Oh, okay.
When you opened the
I've
box.
had flashbacks.
No, when you opened the box. The book.
Right, yeah, I've had visions, but I haven't had visions of that.
No.
Hmm.
Oh.
Like, I've had visions before, but like I didn't go anywhere.
You've had visions too? What did you see?
I sometimes when I'm in the middle of a fight, or when I read that book.
That book.
Just the words just seemed really real, like I could see what was happening. I don't know. Strong imagination.
Oh, there's something to it. Well, I don't know what I saw, but it felt so real, but also unreal at the same time. Just almost like a purgatory of sorts.
You definitely didn't go anywhere. You were still in the car.
Really? We were physically there, but we weren't. Oh, I don't understand. I guess I don't know how to do that again. I don't know if I can handle doing that again. This is why I hate looking into the minds of my friends. Just
Is
never
that what
ends
it's
well.
like? Is that what it's like inside people's heads?
No, not normally. I just see memories. I see slivers of experiences and the emotions wash over me. But I was transported. And I don't know how. I don't know why. Why did it happen then? I don't know. Sorry, Rex. I'm probably just confusing everybody.
Yeah, Rex is struggling to get his head around what he's hearing.
And
It's like
Bluefin,
weird brainer things.
it's definitely weird for you to hear somebody
Yeah.
else say that they have had visions
Yeah.
of things like that.
Is there any sort of anything that connected all your visions together, Rex? Do you remember some emotion, some word, something when you saw the visions?
Sometimes when I'm in the middle of, shooting people and there's blood flying and people screaming, then yeah, I'd see weird things. But that's probably because a bit crazy.
I don't understand any of this, but I'm trying my best. Thanks for saving us, Rex.
Oh, no problem. It's what I do.
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Well, it's with the book, it was just like flashbacks. I get those sometimes, but it was flashbacks to things I wasn't at.
What exactly did you see? Was it a white box room or people? What did you feel?
No, just like places in the desert, in the compound, things that happened, and people that did stuff. It's what the book said.
Oh, good things?
Probably just getting caught up in it. Yeah, they were all good things. Didn't make sense. But they wouldn't
Interesting.
write about the bad things. They just write about that.
Very true. All right, well.
Can't be that simple. They've got to be doing something. It's the raiding parties. They're raiding good people. Maybe they're eating people.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They said they can't grow anything, but they got food. Where are they getting the food? They're
Why are
stealing
they
it.
getting the food? I mean, they're simple raiders. Just holed up in some fortress, self-proclaimed liberators and providers. I don't know. I say we find a paradise, a real one, with no blindfolds. You know?
It doesn't work like that.
What if we can make it work like that?
You want to try and become a farmer? Good luck.
Better than a raider.
It is.
Well, I'm just gonna try to get some rest. I want to analyze that pendant, I guess. See if I could find answers about Paradise Falls. Nobody knows anything. Nobody thinks it's real.
All right.
So
Rex
she's
is
just
gonna
gonna.
Rex wanders off to bed, grumbling when you go to do that. You just hear him just being like, "This is what we got. We can live or we can die. I like living. Living's nice."
Yeah.
He wanders off and has a little chat with himself. Bluefin, meanwhile, you kind of lay down and you kind of turn and you look over at this pendant and roll me that weird. What are you trying to do exactly? Like, is there an ability that you're using, or are
Well,
you
let's see.
trying to just open your mind to the maelstrom?
Deep brain scan. I guess I can't really do a deep brain scan on a inanimate object.
No.
So I'm just gonna open up my brain to the maelstrom.
Right.
Plot twist: the pendant has a brain.
No,
Ah.
speak to me.
roll your weird, and we'll see how
Okay.
that goes. 11. You all are rolling pretty well today. All right. On a hit, the MC tells you something new and interesting about the current situation. I might ask you a question or two. Okay. What is the question that what is it that you're trying to gather from this necklace?
How many questions can I ask?
There's not an amount. It's more of like, I'm going to tell you something. I already know what it is going to be, but I'm kind
Okay.
of trying to understand, well, pending what you're looking for. What is it that you're looking for exactly as you're kind of looking at this pendant?
I'm looking for the truth behind this myth.
Mm.
Maybe that's too broad.
No, I mean, you're trying to grasp at like if Paradise Falls exists or whatever. I think I know how this happens. You're holding it in your hand, and your hand, as your eyes kind of peer into this, your hand turns into someone else's hand. And you look down, and you can see Adrian looking at you. Tears streaming down her face, her hair a mess. She's leaning over you, and it appears that she's looking at her mother. Says, "We'll find something, Mom. We'll find a way to cure you." And she puts her hand gently on Adrian's face and looks at her and says, "It doesn't matter what happens to me. You need to take care of your father." And she grabs Adrian's hand and puts the necklace in her hand and puts her hand over it. Kind of like how Adrian did when she handed it to you. It's like she copied her mom. They're both holding hands as this necklace is in between them. And she says, "I have to find Paradise Falls. Love you so much." And her hand goes limp. And Adrian squeezes her mom's hand that's limp and just like leans forward and buries her head in her mother's chest, still holding the hand. And there's just tears rolling down her face. And you kind of disembody from it. And you look down as you see Adrian crying at her, down like next to her mother. And you see almost like her mother sits up, but like it's her spirit. And her mother looks directly, her eyes into yours. The spirit mother version. And like looks up to you and says, "You must find Paradise. Paradise Falls. The only way." And then the spirit kind of rushes forward towards you, and you feel like this moment of like you're swallowing a spirit almost, and you gasp for air, and then you close your eyes and open your eyes, and you're standing in the middle of a forest. And it's beautiful. And you hear rushing water. And a deer runs past. And then you wake up and you blink again, and you're sitting, or you're like laying down at the campfire and holding this necklace in your hand.
Paradise. Oh my god. It can't be real. It can't be real. Oh my god. I just kind of look around like, oh god, did anyone else see this?
Yeah. And I think everyone else is minding their own business a bit. And if there's nothing else you'd like to do, we'll pass forward.
But it is real. Oh my god. She just kind of like stays inward and kind of keeps to herself, just kind of silently cries, thinking about what she saw. Thinking about Adrian's mother's spirit looking right into her and rushing straight through. Now the pendant has a new meaning. I don't know what else to say. I guess I'm just gonna take that information with me and process it.
You're welcome. From there, I think, the night passes and morning moves forward.
Lose harm.
You do lose harm over the night.
Down to 3, baby.
Woo!
So do I lose another one and I'm down to 0?
Yep.
Nice.
Died and came back with a bruise the next day. Exciting. Doing good.
It's not necessarily that you died, it's that you were on the brink of death. But I like the idea that Alloy thinks that she has died.
Yeah. She literally thinks that that's what happened.
We come to the morning. Airy. It's a little bit chilly. And, everyone's kind of up in the morning doing whatever it is they may be doing, preparing to get the vehicles ready to go. What is your plan now, just so I understand? Seems like you all want to go to Emberville.
I think so.
Emberville for now, yeah.
Okay.
We need to restock, drop off a bunch of
I need to get some
liberated
barter.
people. Completely lose connection. That's also great. Hello.
We still see you.
Yeah, we still
And
see.
there she goes.
She always
I think she
knows.
loses connection with us before we lose connection with
That's
her.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you're gonna drive forward on you're back now,
I see you
Nika.
again.
You're gonna drive on towards Emberville, which is kind of like back the other direction, and it's gonna take you a couple days to get there, a few days or so.
Okay.
In that time frame, we will see how well the travels go. I think we're gonna have probably Bentham roll this since you're driving a vehicle, and that makes sense. You'll roll cool, and we will
Nice. We have the highlighted stat.
see how this. Oh, nice. After you roll it, unmark the highlight and give yourself some XP.
Got an 8.
Okay. I think in this case, the travel takes a little bit longer, but you don't have any encounters. You all keep quiet. Everyone keeps to themselves. No one causes a ruckus that ends up in a brawl, that ends up in creatures coming and chasing you down. There might be some mutants that you fight along the way, but I think they're all easy encounters that you're able to, we don't have to RP them. You're easily able to take care of it. And you make your way to Emberville.
Before we get there, can I have a short scene with Bluefin?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
During
We had
maybe
a
one of the
thing.
whether it's in the camp night or if you want to have it.
I think it's while driving.
Yeah, while driving,
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Because this got to be addressed.
Yes.
Are you and paint the picture for me? Are you in the truck with Rex driving and all these people in the back, or are you with
With you.
Phoenix? Like, who else is in the vehicle with you?
I would say that we're in the car with Phoenix.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so too.
I'm kind of okay with Phoenix knowing this aspect of it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm in the back. Where do you want to be?
I'm in the back with you.
Okay, well that's weird.
Or I
Maybe
guess,
you
well,
hop in
since
the
Rex
back
isn't
and
in
I hop
the front seat.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Rex is driving the other vehicle.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I guess I'll be in the front seat
Okay.
if you'll be in the back.
Yeah. We could both be in the back because if you like hop in the back seat and I just hop in with you, and then you're
Yeah. Let's actually, that's how it happened. Yeah.
Okay. And it's just kind of a lot of silence. And eventually Alloy sort of, where was I? Where was that place? I've never seen anything like that.
It must have been a place in between.
It was a place. I felt it. Why were you there?
I don't know.
You know these things. You're good at this. You've done this.
I'm good at the other way of doing it. I'm good at
What other way?
seeing the visions and feeling them, not being in them. I was in it that time. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it was. But it seemed like a plane of existence in between ours and the next. It must have been purgatory.
Alloy is sort of fiddling with some new stitches uncomfortably, and says like, kind of fills you in on a little bit of what she saw. We can skip that. But I was in a room. There was a lot of pods there. I totally, made this guy my bitch, and then I fell asleep. There was words that I couldn't read, and then I was in a room, and still fiddling with this kind of stuff. And then she just goes, I don't like it. I don't think it was imaginary, and I don't think it was real. And it's not Paradise Falls, and it's not my imagination. It's nothing. It's none of those things. I don't have an answer for this. And neither do you. And that's bullshit.
I agree.
Uh,
It's nothing but something. How did we both experience that? How did that exist? How were you whole again? What is with the pods and the creatures? These purplish. How many eyes did they have?
How many eyes did they have? I forgot.
It was 4.
They had 4 eyes and then the gills? Yes.
Correct.
And you took one down.
It was squishy. But they got me.
Stuck you.
If I go down again, don't save me.
Understood.
Only use my shit when I die. And then she kind of looks out the window again.
Fair enough.
This should have been a more heart-to-heart moment, but maybe we'll get back to that at
Yeah.
some point. I think there's got to be one more weird between us having
I think it's perfect
what was
for
that?
Alloy because like Alloy is not an emotional person, so I think
Yeah.
like that was great.
That was it for now.
And poor Bluefin's just trying to struggle with all these emotions.
Yes.
What
I don't know.
What
I'm
is
not an
happening?
encyclopedia. I love how I
Yes.
just put everything on her. Just like, this is your thing. Like,
It's okay. It's okay. Alloy, I understand. But I also don't. I didn't want to hurt you. I was just trying to save you. I think we all know that.
mhm.
I know now If it's your time to pass, then I'll let it happen. I
Just
won't fight it.
Do we feel any residual thing from my mind being invaded? Is there something there that
I
she can
don't.
just innately know me better?
Bluefin doesn't, but I mean, I think Bluefin did learn something about you, right? Like
That I have
they,
emotion? I mean, I'm a
yeah,
human.
and they saw the way
Yeah.
that you tenderly were like healing all these people. Like they saw these
Mhm.
visions of all of that, and then also, you know, a little maybe scary side that is a little intense. Maybe there's more to you than is there. Bluefin also saw you before whatever happened to you that made you who you are now, right? Like
Mhm.
it's there's this disconnection, but connection at the same time. Like maybe there's something else there that they don't know, right? And so she is just trying to figure that out.
Okay.
And
I was
unless you
wondering if there
share that
was.
with her, she will never know. But I
Yeah.
think she has a feeling for sure. And then I think
Okay.
on Alloy's side of it,
Yeah.
Alloy is you have a connection to the weird that you never had before. You're like, I'm not weird. I'm not into this. And like maybe you've had stuff accidentally happen through healing, through like trying to cure people, but it was never like this. And
Yeah.
so I think for you, this is a turning point for you where you're like, maybe I'm, as much as I was afraid of Bluefin before, as much as I thought, well, she's very weird, maybe I'm weird too, right?
Yeah. She's the
But I don't
key.
want to admit it, right? Like maybe that's how you're feeling about it, or maybe you do. Maybe you want to start embracing it now, right?
There's the it's the feeling of the loss of control for the most part with Alloy. Before, when she has been in a desperate strait, um, she felt like she figured out what to do. Right. The utilization of that weird was being able to like just knowing what to do, being sort of in a different kind of control, having like this guided hand thing. This was the time when the weird was happening to her, which is
Mm,
not something that she was channeling. She wasn't doing anything like that. This was like it being thrust upon her, and her autonomy is very important. And
mhm.
so like that's just breaking, you know.
Yeah.
Like she didn't even look like herself. She didn't have any of that kind of stuff. So she's not comfortable with it yet, and she doesn't know what to call it. I don't even think she would call it the weird. But like there's the one person who should have all the answers is just like, I don't know. She's like, great, I hate you a lot now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were maybe like trying to like open up, right? And
Yeah.
maybe you're not good at that, and that's okay.
She's super
Um,
though.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
think maybe Bluefin didn't have the answers, but maybe you weren't asking the right questions at the same
Yeah.
time, right? Like there's a little bit of a communication error on both sides, and I think that that's
Yeah.
perfect for both of your characters.
Yeah.
I think so, definitely. At this point, yes. So it's just quiet the rest of the way.
Right.
I would like to
Ooh.
bring up what I saw though.
Ooh.
Now that Rex is in another car, because he does not believe in Paradise Falls at all.
Oh,
He is
Okay. All
adamantly
right.
against
I'll
it.
leave you to continue the conversation then. Maybe
Just real quick.
would this be on a different day, or would this be within that same
Just
conversation?
within the same
Okay,
conversation.
perfect.
she's just like, no, we're still going. And I'm like,
I
oh
wait.
god.
Like I wait. I let a little bit of silence pass, but then I just bring up, this pendant gave me another vision. I know. Just can't stop.
What
I
is
was
it?
trying to find answers to Paradise Falls. The little girl, Adrian, gave me this. And there was an energy in her when she handed me this pendant. There was such a powerful feeling of hope. I decided to look a little bit deeper into this pendant, and I saw a vision of her mother, Alloy. Her mother was dying. She handed me the pendant and mentioned that she has to find Paradise Falls. And she said it in a way where she believed it. She truly believed that it existed in her dying breath. And that's saying something. This woman has in some way seen Paradise Falls. And at first I thought it might have been delirium or something, possibly in the dying breath. The things that can happen to you as you're dying. But then when she passed, her spirit manifested and looked right at me. And as she passed through me, I think she gave me the memories of Paradise Falls. I don't know how to explain this either, but I think I saw it. I think I saw what people think Paradise Falls is. I saw trees. I saw some sort of creature. I think it's a deer, a cow, a horse, something in the forest. But there was trees and it felt so real. I don't know what to make of it, but there has to be.
Alloy takes a vial out of her bandolier and uncorks it and just hands it to you. It's like, you need sleep.
I take it. I'm holding it.
Just mean.
It's okay. Look at her. I hand it back. Just save your supplies. I just wanted to share that with you. I don't know what to make of it. Any of this.
You can believe what you believe.
I mean, yeah, we did share a moment like that too. There's just so much.
Deer.
There's no deer, but it was another setting. It was more of a memory than anything. It was like the old visions. Just something to think over and mull over as we head over to Emberville.
Right.
And
Alloy's not okay with this.
Yeah, and I feel like I screwed things up even more. So I just am silent, and I look out the window.
This went poorly.
Great though.
Just felt like I needed to tell somebody, and I know Rex wouldn't have believed me, but it was also the wrong moment.
Yeah, it's like, really. Oh,
But I also
Paradise Falls, but not where I was. Well, hell with you.
I think it's great because you're talking about the afterlife, and you're like, you wouldn't understand or whatever, but Alloy has had her own moment of that, so it's like this very interesting conversation. I like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like when I mention like people see things or experience things when they die, like I was trying to like look at Alloy and like make the connection, like
maybe
you saw some weird stuff when you were dying, and like you that was a genuine experience. You remember it. You don't want to say
so here's my experience, right?
Yeah,
like
so
I'm trying to share
this thing I saw. But it was just definitely the wrong moment. There's just too much going on.
I like it though. It's perfect.
But also I wanted Phoenix to hear that too. I was trying to like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect. That is so.
I really apologize.
I feel like Phoenix would definitely have stuff to say, but I don't want to RP on her.
But I'm just saying that she heard it too, and like they heard it, and when they're back,
they're in it.
They heard you for sure.
They're
so whenever
they're catching up on some shit.
Yeah, whenever Kira is back, she can kind of fill us in on what their Phoenix's feels are. Yeah. So moving forward, I think the rest of the ride goes pretty quietly. Everyone's kind of mulling in their own minds about what has happened to each of them as they traverse the dusty sand coming out from underneath the vehicles, and you hear the little revving and rumbling of the Mustang, and this truck looks like it's putting along. Roll me another cool. Bentham.
Okay. 11.
Dang, y'all are so successful. You gotta fail more so I can have cool things happen. No, I'm just kidding.
Cool
things.
I think you realize, Rex, that gas is getting low. But because you're successful, you are all able to kind of figure out the easiest way to get there without using up as much as you have. But it's definitely getting low. You make your way. You make your way to Emberville, where you see that gate, that wall that has protected you for so many years, Rex. It's made out of strange objects, like old metal, wood, just things that you all have gotten and put together and created this wall to help protect this town. And you make your way that way. Phoenix is let in because their vehicle is they know that vehicle. It takes a little bit of time to get you kind of like not necessarily registered, but the concept of that. But you all are able to make your way in, and I know some of you wanted to do different things. There were people who wanted to get gigs. There were people who wanted to do whatever. So let me know what you have in mind, and then we'll kind of split out the RP of who's doing what and where.
Gigs, please.
I'd like to do a gig finally.
Yep, gigs.
All right. Everyone wants
what's
to.
a
I know I
brainer?
currently have like
Gig?
Yeah, I was
4
thinking that.
barter.
So
but-
here's the thing. You
Wow.
can
I
do
have
a
an
gig
idea for
together.
Brainer.
You could do a gig together. You could do things separately. It's kind of just up to you all what you're going for and how much barter you're trying to get from it, and then I will explain to you what options are available.
Team gig seems good.
A decent amount, and probably alone.
Okay.
Because I gotta talk to my contacts. I got contacts.
Okay.
Like,
And I know you're looking
Rex
for
has
barter
2
because
knives.
you want to separate those contacts, or you want to separate some of that barter into getting yourself some supplies too.
Yeah,
So I understand.
I need to get together with my
So
buddy.
3 is normally the max that you would have in a gig. So it's usually 1 to 3-ish. 1 is like an easy gig, depending what it is. 2 is kind of like that medium. 3 is like, much harder. 2 and 3 you probably have to roll for. Beyond that is like a big issue, like the warlord
I'd like
thing.
three. If she's coming back into town, she comes back in guns blazing, right? So
Okay.
not literal because no guns, but like the idea of, hi,
Rex
I
does
made it.
sometimes.
You won't believe this shit, and don't believe this shit if anyone tells you.
Okay. Okay, cool. And then
But-
I'm looking at, I guess, Bluefin. What kind of thing are you're looking for a gig as well? Are you looking for something
I'm
that you
looking
can
for a gig.
do on your own, or are you looking at something more group oriented?
Just, I don't know. I guess on my own.
How
Just
much?
some easy little brainer gig,
So like a one barter thing.
like a 1 barter thing.
Okay, cool. And then Rex, what are you looking for?
Rex is good for a solo or group gig.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to do while they're in Emberville? I'm guessing Phoenix is probably going to go try to get gas stuff, so we'll that's how we RP her away.
I guess
Rex will
before doing a
visit-
gig. Huh?
Rex will visit 2 Knives and say hi. I don't know if there'll be
Okay.
any RP there though. It's like,
All right.
hang out,
think-
talk about knives.
2 knives, yay. So do you not want to have a scene with 2 knives?
If 2 Knives doesn't have any, like, if it's just gonna be their standard conversation, then I don't think it's like we need to go.
Okay,
over
I
it.
have an idea then for your gig and also a little bit of 2 knives. People love
Okay.
2 knives. Aw. we gotta appease the crowd, right? Cool. So I think we'll start with. I think I want to end with 2 knives because I like that. We'll start with. Oh, Nika's having some problems. We'll start with Bluefin. You wanted an easy gig, so this is probably something that you're not gonna have to necessarily roll for, pending what you want to do. You wanted to do something brainer oriented. Ooh.
Yes. And I kind of have an idea.
Ooh, okay, tell me what your
in
idea is.
In the past, people, kind of like private detectives. They want to find out the truth about somebody.
This is exactly what I was thinking, so I'm
Yes!
into it.
Okay. Somebody wants to know what their friend is actually doing, Saturday night at 6 p.m. I don't know. So I wanted to find any sort of distrust between people and like find that energy, find somebody who's not feeling it, and ask them questions. Oh, how are you doing? Da, da, da. Oh, tell me more about blah, blah, blah. Oh, you want to find out this. And then just like go to that person, find out the truth, give it to the other person in exchange for barter.
All right. Do you want to RP that out, or do you want to just do that?
Whatever. I mean, we could do some light RP.
Okay, light RP. I like that. Yeah, I think what happens here is that you make your way to this is kind of saloon type of thing. It's not really a saloon. It is a shack that has like this long bench, and there's people on one side and there's people on the other side, and there's like 2 people behind the bar bar, I say. Kind of serving people different drinks and things of that sort. There's barter being exchanged, and there's quite a few people here. Not a lot. I say quite a few, but it's like probably 3 people. And one of them sees you walk in and kind of nods at you and motions for you to come over.
I go over.
You're
Hello?
that brainer, aren't you?
Who wants to know?
Me.
Why?
I might have a job for you if you're looking for something.
What's going on?
You see, I have a business partner. But I think they are hiding something from me.
Oh, what a surprise. What makes you think that?
I've heard that they are not bringing back all of the barter that they get. Perhaps taking a little bit for themselves.
How very selfish of them. Miss or
Mister,
Mr. What is your name?
you can call me whatever you want. It does not matter.
Mr. Whatever you want. Mr.
You say that to him, that sounds like something Alloy would say. Or Rex.
No,
I
sorry.
feel like
That was
Rex
out
or
of character,
Alloy
that was
would
out of
respond that way. You know what?
Tell me who they are. Where are they?
You can call me Mumbo Jumbo. It will make it
Yes.
easier.
Mr. Wumbo.
Mumbo,
Mr. Mumbo Jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo. This is the name from our patron list, so I'm taking care
Mr.
of it.
Mumbo Jumbo. Tell me.
It's clear that that's not his real name.
Fine. It's fine. Where is this person? What makes you think that they're not giving you all the barter?
I see that they're shanty that they are living in.
Mm-hmm.
It is more accommodatable than I would think that they should have.
Oh. Of course. All right, well, point me in the direction. I'll try to find some answers for you.
He points you in the direction. You make your way there. You see this this lady, she's kind of leaning up against this vehicle that looks nice.
Hey, nice ride you got there.
Thanks.
What's one got to do around here to get such a nice vehicle?
Work.
Kind of work.
Why are you looking for work?
Trying to understand how people get their barters and whatnot in this town a little better. I've always been so lucky and my friends have been providing me with some, but curious how you get yours.
I have a business. Well, I share the business with someone else, but we get things done.
That's good. Everybody has to make a living out here somehow, so.
You're looking for work.
Yes, I'm looking for work. Actually, I'm kind of looking for a way to heal my hand. And I think if I work, do you want to see? And then I lean my hand out towards her for her to touch it. Feel it. It's ice cold.
She feels your hand.
And then in that moment, I have her and I go right into her memory.
Oh my god, do it. You don't have to roll. Go ahead and ask your questions. Like as if you successed. You were successful.
I guess.
This is a one barter gig.
Can I just make it like a straightforward, like, what like, are you getting that, like, are you saving some supplies off to the side for yourself, basically?
Yeah, the question is she doing what they're implying?
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Yeah. So, you're holding her hand, and you have this moment where you see her pulling some crates off of this vehicle, sliding a few off to the side, pulling the rest, putting them up on top of the back of a little trailer. There we go. And it does look like that is what's happening. You see a couple other visions of a few other places where they have some supplies and they put them in the trailer, and then they maybe take one or two. You see a space where they have some food and they take a bite and put the rest back, right? Like it's very much they're skimming. They be skimming.
Okay. All right.
And you find this all out in like a moment, and then she's just like, "Oh, that does feel
Oh,
weird, but doesn't
yeah,
feel
isn't that
cold."
weird? Oh, I could have sworn it felt. I mean, maybe just to me. Well, thank you for humoring me. I think I'm gonna go back, get some rest.
Yeah, maybe you should.
I will.
But if you are looking for work, we know might have something for you
Okay. Stay safe out there.
once your
And I just
hand
kind of,
heals. You
I
have to be able
will.
to lift.
I just kind of like go turn
Yeah,
away.
and you
Go
return
back to
you
the other
exchange
guy.
this information to Mumbo
Mr.
Jumbo,
Mumbo.
Mr. Mumbo. You find him, and he's still there sipping away at a
Yes.
drink, and you get your one barter. So go ahead and take that. Next up,
Oh, another note I
oh,
wanted to say after that, I'm so exhausted from everything. I actually end up I tell everybody, I'm going to go rest. And I fall asleep somewhere, and so much has happened that it is a deep sleep where I won't sense anybody kind of coming up to me in
okay.
case, because I feel comfortable in Emberville and I'm exhausted. So just throwing that out there. That's what I'm doing.
Alright.
I'm
Are we all
sleeping
like
now.
rooming together? Is that
You can
Yeah, we're like in the
you
same.
can get a room together in the Roadhouse if you want, for sure.
probably? Yeah. I think we'll probably set that up beforehand.
But
so.
Rex has
Yeah.
their own house,
Yeah.
unless Rex wants to invite everybody over to his tiny shack.
Rex will tell people they can hang out there if they want, but it's just full of like
It's
random.
if you
weird
go in
trinkets
there,
and-
it is just packed with like random trinkets. It's like
yeah.
if you
It's
are
just
somebody
a
who doesn't
rusted
like,
metal shack full of bits and bobs.
yeah,
Question about our current barter situation.
yes,
Did we all spend one, or are we?
no, we only do that during our after show parts, so
Okay.
don't worry about that yet.
So I was like,
Yeah,
we had 4 days on the road. Did we do anything?
no. That's
okay,
why
so right now I
it's
still have 2.
it's not like an actual. That's why when you were explaining it before in the after show, I was like, it's not like that. It's not like you have to spend. It's more of a narrative thing of like this is
Okay.
what's happened throughout this episode, right?
Cool.
Yeah. And I think the only one who's needing for food and who's maybe very hungry is probably Rex. Everyone else is good.
Okay.
Bluefin or Alloy. You want to do a 3 gig. Yeah.
Should I
3
go
barter
for
gig.
a 3 or a 2?
Probably a 2 is going to be easier. 3 is going to be, on par with something heavier.
I'll go with a 2.
Okay.
And then I'll warn you if I want to do a 3 in the future.
Okay.
Because I know it's probably hard to be like, yeah, sure, here's a 3 scenario for you.
I
I'll
can come
do
up
a
with
2.
my job is to come up with stuff, so it's easy.
But it's
2
my job to make that easy.
two barter gig. Yeah. So I think Nuke catches up with you.
My man.
He sees you like slinking around, and he kind of again, it's one of those moments where he like pulls you into like a dark alleyway area, and he's like, "Hey, lady, how are you doing? It's been a while. Did you make it to your friends? I got that letter to them. That Phoenix chick. They seemed really weird about it. I was trying to be like, hey, friends, but they were like being real strange. I don't know, man.
No, they're just strange. They're not like us.
Right.
You did great. Thanks, bud.
Thanks. Just doing my thing. Trying to make friends everywhere I go. You never know who you can need or who might need you.
I need you. What can I do?
Oh, you
wanna be
looking
rich.
for a job? What you looking for? Hmm.
Something
Alright.
not too easy, not too hard.
Gotcha. Well,
I don't want to get kidnapped again. That sucked.
a kidnap?
Well, you know what? She doesn't say kidnapped.
Okay.
She goes, I don't want to be away for 3 weeks again.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's a long time to be away, that's for sure.
Yeah, just a gig.
Right.
Not a residency.
Well, I have seen someone who needs some help. There's rumors going around that there's another one of those plagues coming by.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's a big one. It's a doozy.
Do we have the supplies for it?
I mean, you are the supply, aren't you?
I'm the skill. Not the
Right,
supply.
right. Well, come on. And he takes you over to this shanty. It is, it's messy, dirty. There's like, it's gross. And you go in there and you see man laying in the bed, and he has like these bumps on his skin, and he's breathing like very heavily, wheezing. And put your mask on. And he's not well. And Nuke walks in and is like, he knocks on the door and then just like swings it open with his foot, with his peg leg, and goes, "Honey, I'm home." And he's like, "I brought you a doc. Well, best angel I know." And
Only
the
angel
person
he
just
knows.
wheezes and coughs a bit, and a little bit of blood comes out.
Can I read a sitch, please?
Yes, you can.
I would like to figure out what is wrong with this sick person.
Yeah.
And if it can spread. So, I don't have a forward or helper interference or anything.
No, not for this.
That's a player thing. Okay.
No one's there to help you. If one of them was assisting, maybe. 10.
If I don't roll for the rest of this game, this has been a perfect game for me. And I'm sure that I will just become fired. Get off, roll for it. We like drama here.
You all have been really successful
No
today.
success.
Yeah, geez, it's been kind of amazing. Actually, no, I did miss the first one. So I missed my first harm roll. So I
That's true.
I
You
did
did
that
miss
as
that.
well. So no, it's not a perfect game. It took a while. So I have to read a siege, which I need to open up my thing. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Be sick. I haven't read a sitch in a really long time.
It's you're probably gonna want to ask different questions than that are on there, but you get 3 questions.
Yeah,
Because those questions are not helpful for what you're.
Does this look like it will spread?
Yes.
Is this something that I've seen before?
Yes.
Do I have the resources to fix it?
You have the resources to make him feel comfortable, but he's going to die.
Okay. Do I know Nuke well enough to know that I can Kevorkian this dude real quick, and that Nuke would be fine with it?
Essentially, if you explain it to him, he might be like, "What the hell?" at first, and then
Nuke, really?
Maybe.
I thought Nuke was my boy.
he is your boy, but he'd be like for a moment, like, "What the heck?" But as soon as you explain, he'd be like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense, right?"
I turn to Nuke and hand on shoulder, and I do this kind of like almost coded speak. That is, oh stars! What would it be if it's like, oh,
I'm like, what's going through Nika's mind?
I'm trying to think of a way. That I write. I do the thing, and it's like, it looks like we didn't make it in time. I think he's already passed.
Gotcha.
Like as though he was dead when we came in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then pillow over the face. We're doing it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. You do that.
Everyone else is like literal. Oh my
Nuke
god.
is like, he just kind of like looks around, make sure no one else is there. You take care of business. Then what?
I think we gotta burn the place.
I mean,
well,
can't just burn the place.
What? He's full of pustules and sores, right?
Yes, looks like he could infect other people.
So it's not a breathy thing. We gotta like contain this.
Yes.
Which can be done so long as the body burns, but everything else is fine.
Yeah, probably just taking anything that had his stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if there's
Cloths.
something flammable, we need to make sure that he is literally doused in it. Um, because the body itself needs to burn, even if the structure
So I think what
sustains
happens is here, the two of you kind of grab everything and you move him out and try to like do this as sterilely as you possibly can, you know, in this day and age. And you
Mhm.
take him out of like probably out of the corridors of the.
Removing him.
Yeah, I would
I was
say.
just gonna burn the whole spot.
Well, you'll light an entire shanty village on fire. It's not like
Fair.
there's a lot of wood and dry stuff around here. So I think you take him out, you take care of it, it's over. I think what happens here and how you actually end up with the barter is that you'll loot his house. There's now an empty shanty here that someone will probably claim, and the two of you split the money and you get 2 barter from that.
Stole from this dead man who. Okay,
He's
sure.
dead.
Did he have anything good? Do I get a house?
You have 2
No,
barter.
I can work on that later. I don't want a shanty house.
You have 2 barter. But you do know
Okay,
that the
cool.
shanty house is empty, but I'm sure someone will find its way in there. Add 2
Awesome.
barter. Nuke takes his portion of it, and the two of you kind of have that moment. Is there anything else you want to talk to him about?
No.
Okay.
Have I restocked my kit now that I'm back? Because I have the supplier and everything. Do I get
I'm
something?
not sure how that works, so we'll have to, in the after show, maybe
Forgot.
look
we'll
at
do
that.
that after
Yeah.
because I want to make sure that I actually have some. I
Rex.
think that there's something.
Okay. Rex, you make your way to Two Knives' house. You know where it is. You know how to get in there.
Like next to my house.
Yeah, it's right next to your house. You knock on the door. Do you walk in? What's the...
Yeah, I'll go over and knock and be like, Two Knives, it's me.
Oh, what you doing?
I'm back.
Oh, so soon. Usually you're gone longer. Come in, come
This
on.
is only
What are you
like-
doing out
I don't know
there?
how long it's been.
Come on.
I'll come in. Oh, yeah, there's like no lock on the door. It just kind of.
He's got his 2 knives. He's still sharpening the knives.
Is it the same 2 knives?
You don't know.
They all look the same.
They all look the same, exactly. He's got like a wall. It's just full of knives. Maybe he's got a couple extra new ones, so you notice that he's got some new ones added to his collection.
Yeah, I go sit down on some makeshift stool that he has.
Yeah.
And I had a crazy time. There were like so much happened. I was in like a death race, and I shot someone, and then there was some warlords, and I shot someone. Well, I shot at someone, but then I did shoot some of the others. That was cool.
He's like
Yeah.
eagerly listening to everything and like hanging on every word, and he's like, and then what happened?
And then just for a while, he just recounts like all the exciting bits of the adventures, all the fights he was in, and skirts around everything else.
Yeah.
And then like he's like as he's finishing off, he's like, and then Phoenix like drove it to the side of the truck, and it flipped over, and it went over the top of the car, and it took out the other, and it went flying, and then we got away. It was so cool. They're so cool.
That's so cool.
I
He's like really excited about this.
and then
Oh.
there was we stole the other truck, and then we came back here.
I gotta see
Skipping
the
over
truck.
all the other
Do you
events.
still have it?
Oh yeah. And I'll take him out. And
Yeah, the
show him
two of
truck.
you kind of look at it. He like pops the little lid up, the hood up, and looks in, and he's just like messing with stuff and like, nice find. So what you gonna do
Yeah,
now? Big shot.
Well, we might give this to those guys, and points at, because I think the 8 former slaves are still with us. Like, we'll probably give it to them because
Yeah, they kind of. I think a few of them have left on their own. A couple are like looking for work. Like they're just kind of mulling about.
yeah, they kind of got enslaved, so maybe we should give them a truck so they can go like find somewhere to not be enslaved. And
That's very giving
I
of
don't know.
you. I don't think you'd. I would keep it for myself if it was mine. Just saying. You should keep it.
Well, maybe I could keep it. Maybe they don't want it. Maybe they want to. Cars are expensive.
Maybe
You gotta buy
maybe
all
they
the-
don't want it. He like holds out a knife.
Yeah. No stabbing. Not this time.
All right, well, if you
Shouldn't
change your
knife
mind.
these ones. They've been knifed enough, probably.
Oh,
They've had their allocated amount of being knifed.
I mean, until you're dead, you really haven't. Just saying.
Not everyone needs to die. I don't
He
want
kind
to.
of looks around and is like, thinks about that. Then looks at you
Some
and was like,
people need to
okay.
die. Yeah, some people need to die, like the people that I kill.
Did you knife
Probably.
anyone?
Oh, I didn't.
Should
I
have.
should have as well. There was that when that thing came at me and like grabbed my gun, I shot it with the pistol, but I could have stabbed it in the
Should have.
face.
Next time, you gotta stab it. I want to hear some stabbing stories, man.
I should listen to the two knives on my shoulder more often.
You should. It's very. I feel like it's more personal. Really.
It is, yeah.
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 The two of you are just like, yeah, at the same time. I think like it's like in unison, and you're like both having these
It's like,
memories.
yeah, knives, yeah.
I love it.
Rex twirls his knife.
Well, if you need one, need a new one, let me know. Got plenty? Got 2 new ones.
I wouldn't want to deprive you of your knives. I've got mine.
Right, alright. Well, if there's anything else I can do for you, let me know. Big shot. Got yourself a
Well, if you got any
new
work needs
vehicle.
doing, I don't need any more knives. I do need more food, gun parts, medicine, fuel,
That's a lot of stuff.
everything that isn't knives, really.
Oh, well, I mostly just have knives. What?
Uh,
What? Yeah, someone needs some help. Now that you got a vehicle, maybe you can help them out. I think they need something delivered.
oh,
Yeah. Do a little delivery, get yourself some stuff.
that sounds good. Who, what, where?
He points you in the direction, and I think for this we can kind of make it go pretty quickly. Your job is to deliver some supplies from one place to the next, and when you return, you'll get your barter. And you're going for 2 barter or 1 barter?
I guess a 2 would take me further out of my way.
Well, 1 means you don't have to roll. 2 means I'm going to make you roll.
Do I want to push my luck?
Hey, it's up to you. That's why I asked.
Let's push my luck. Let's
All
go
right.
for 2.
You're going to roll me a cool.
Because I already want to probably hand out all the barter I've got so far to everyone else because I owe people and things.
All right, roll me
And also,
a
it's kind of
cool
a
and
team up, though. I need
see.
some for myself.
Let's see how well you drive this vehicle to take it from one place to the next.
Okay.
You're pretty good at cool, though.
7.
Right.
You say that, but I only just got a partial success.
Hey, that's better than nothing. Yeah, you are able to. It's still success. You take the stuff to where it needs to go, but I think on the way back, you have some issues with terrain, and you're gonna have to roll me another cool.
Okay. What kind of is it? Just like rough terrain, or
Yeah.
do I get bogged down? Or,
A little rough terrain.
Another
Right.
7.
And I think
I rolled 4-1 both times.
there are rules for this, so let me double check how dealing with terrain is. On a 7 to 9, you choose 1. You slow down and pick your way forward. You push too hard and your vehicle suffers harm as established, or you ditch out and you go back or try to find another way.
I will slow down and pick my way forward.
Okay. So you make your way back, but it's going to be a little slower. And I think that's kind of where we're gonna leave off for this episode. But I think I want one more scene where at the end, as Alloy and Nuke are cleaning out this house, little hut, Nuke kind of leans in and is like, I just wanted to, or no, wrong accent. That was two knives. Look, I think I've seen this before. I mean, clearly you have, but you might want to know about this one.
Is it what I think it is?
Yes.
Okay. That's out of character.
Out of character, you know that what that guy had was what you know what it is. We're being very just cryptic here. I like it.
This sucks a lot now. She looks down and she actually looks kind of sad.
I don't have to tell you if you don't want to know, but
No, I
this is a
know what
freebie.
it is.
Don't have to trade me anything for it.
I know what this is, and I don't think we made it in time. I don't think anyone here is safe right now.
I wasn't meaning here. He's the only one I know about here.
Where else is it?
He leans in and he tells you that it's the Black Sun League's headquarters, and that is where we are going to.
Oh shit.
Yo. Oh no.
Yep.
I got bad news for y'all next episode. Oh my stars. Oh my stars.
This was going to be different depending on where you went first. So if after the Warlord stuff, if you immediately went to the headquarters, things would have changed. But we'll talk about that in the after show.
Yeah. Oh my
So
god.
there are always consequences for the things you want to do, and that was what I said at the beginning of the episode.
Oh no.
So hopefully everyone enjoyed the episode, and of course, hopefully we have Kira back with us next episode, as I know there's a lot of stuff that Phoenix has on, that the group needs to unpack for them as well. But without further ado, we'll go around and have everybody say where you can find them at. Another thank you to our supporter, which I believe was Miazilla this episode. So thank you so much, Miazilla. We love all the fan art. We love all of the support that you have. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the show, that you want to support it that much. If you want to help support us, you can go to patreon.com/rollforit. That is how we're able to pay all those lovely people on our cast and all of the people that help us create what it is Roll For It. And, you know, if you want to see more amazing RP from us, continue supporting us there. Beyond that, we also have NPC names submissions coming up this week. I need more names. I'm running out of names on that list, and some of them don't make any sense for this game, so I really need more lists. So we need
ask
names.
you about the
Call me
individual ones.
Mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo.
Oh, Mumbo
I like
Jumbo.
Mr. Mumbo is still my favorite. Like, I was like, you know
Mr.
what?
Mumbo.
I'm gonna use this name right now.
That sounds amazing.
And then we have our monthly recap coming up. So if you want to know how Roll For It works and the behind the scenes stuff, we'll be having that coming out soon. And again, we have a new show. So we're actually going to have 3 shows now. We have one on Saturday and Sunday. And then we're also going to be adding a Thursday one starting June 4th, where we'll be playing Dungeons and Dragons. This is going to be a prolonged season or show. It will be roughly 50 episodes, if not more than that, pending your support. Bentham Plays, as well as me, and of course B-Day Walters will be joining us, and our GM, Enter Elysium. So we hope that you all will tune into that, because it is going to be super duper fun. I can't wait for characters to get announced, because so first we'll go around. We'll start with Nika, if you want to tell people where they can find you at, and I will look to see if we had any donations.
Hi, yes, I am Nika Harper, and I mostly do stuff on Twitter at Nika Harper. You can find a lot of the other stuff that I do. I forgot that I have a podcast that I do with my boyfriend that is called Thinkness, where we solve the most ridiculous mysteries from like 1990s board games that make zero sense. And there's just a
Awesome.
lot of screaming. So it's like, if you ever want murder to be funny, this is that moment, because nothing makes sense. So if you like me screeching a lot, you will definitely find that there. So yeah, Twitter at Nika Harper.
Awesome. And then we have Blue Plan, played by Adriosa Gaming. Tell people where they can find you at.
Hi, Idriosa. You can find me online doing random video game stuff on my Twitch. So at Adriosa, or twitch.tv Adriosa. Or I post all sorts of stuff on my Twitter, Adriosa Gaming, and also my Instagram, which is also Adriosa Gaming. You get to see all the different things I do, like video game stuff, life stuff, adventures, etc. If you're interested in that kind of thing.
Awesome. And then we have Rex, played by Bentham Plays. Tell us a little bit about where people can find you at and what you're up to.
Hello, I am Bentham, Bentham, and I have a YouTube channel called Magport Gaming for confusing reasons, where I play games sometimes. Most recently, we did some Barotrauma with the Saturday multiplayer games gang, where we added in Jay Britton, who had no idea what was going on, and it was great. We had to teach him how to operate a submarine under the oceans of Europa, and then also how to deal with the fact that some people, including maybe him, are traitors. It was a well of a time. And yeah, there's usually more of those on Saturdays and maybe other things. Who knows? I don't. Everything's a mess.
Very reassuring, Bentham. And of course, I'm Margaret Crone in all the places at Margaret Crone. I try to, I'm like all over the place. I post about a lot of different things. I like a lot of things. So if you want to check out that, you can check that out at Margaret Crone. I will probably have some more GM stuff coming along the ways, another poll probably down the line. So stay tuned for what that may be. And of course, I also, my day job is making video games for a living. I currently work for Intrepid Studios where we're making Ashes of Creation, if you want to check that out, as that is like what I do for majority of my days. And then beyond that, I just want to say thank you to our donators. And today we had Finlay Shards donated and $100, which is insane. Finlay, you're always supporting us and we appreciate it so much. And they said, another incredible show with our amazing MC and cast. Aw, thank you all for a wonderful storytelling. Yay!
Thank you.
We're so happy that everyone enjoys it. We're going to go record an after show because we got some stuff to talk about. And we also need to run through our end of show and beginning of show stuff, or end of session and beginning of session stuff. So if you want to tune into those type of things, definitely support us over on Patreon so that you can get all of those goodies. And if you're just tuning in or you tuned in towards the end here, this will be up on YouTube. And also on YouTube right now, if you're looking for something else to do with your time, I believe the last VTM show is up on the YouTube channel, so you can go check that out and watch it now for more entertainment. All right, thank you all so much. We will see you next week for another amazing episode. Find out what happens.